I don't know. I don't know why you felt the need to do that, but sure.
Why did you need to feel the need to test?
I don't know. I don't know why it's still sent test. I'm hoping that's updated correctly. Oh, it has. Welcome, guys. It's the Player vs. Player podcast. It's
Saturday. It's Shatterday.
It's shattered. That's a weird way of putting it.
I'm fucking shattered.
Oh, that actually
Not that I've shot myself.
Yeah, because when it says shot, like it sounded like that you're going for sharded or
No,
something.
I have not sharded.
No,
I'm just shattered. But I'm shattered because I can't stop shitting. That's different from sharding, right?
That's a weird way to be exhausted more than anything. It's like, I'm sorry, doctor. I am just exhausted because I am literally incontinent.
Can't stop squirting. It's not even solid at this point. It's just like, it's like, you know what it is? It's a reverse bidet. So I'm the bidet. I'm the stream. You know?
You're the stream. I'm trying to
the stream. In more ways than one.
And apologies if I look a little bit distracted. I'm doing networking shit for the channel.
Stop fucking networking.
Stop fucking networking.
Piece of shit.
But yes, we're here for the. Oh
Yes,
wait, God, the chat's on screen. I know,
chat
right?
is on screen now.
We've made some changes. You very politely provided me with an extra stout Guinness.
You know what?
Which I love you dearly for. I won't
There's
lie.
lovely Tara.
The Tara?
Oh, chat. No, she didn't give me the Guinness. I'm just saying that she is.
I'm about to say thank you to Tara then.
Hello.
I mean, if someone gives me Guinness, I want to give the right person the credit for
Hello,
it.
handsome. Like we have loads of hands.
I mean,
we have a summation of hands.
So I got really drunk one time, right? And this is like talking about hands, and I just kind of had that like weird drunken thing where I looked at my hands and went, there's spiders on the end of my arm. I know what I was doing. Like I was like drunk, like I was going, like I was very drunk.
Was it drink though, or was it something else?
No, it was definitely alcohol. I think I went for a bottle of rum at the time.
Semen.
Just drunk on semen. But yes, guys, we're not drunk on semen at the minute. I haven't even opened it. I keep having the wrong. You know what I'm doing? I was checking to make sure our audio sounds okay. We're not too loud on the music side of things. Do I need to turn the music down? All good. But you don't have fingers on each hand.
You don't have 8 fingers?
Oh, 8 fingers. Sorry. This is why I need this version of the text up, so I can actually read it with my big dyslexic face. Yes, that seems way more readable.
There we go.
Oh, look at you. You went very, I like it.
Hair's wet.
Oh, the hairs. I had that issue earlier as well. I had to get a shower and I was like, wet hair. I don't want
we have to hydrate already. Yeah. Oh no.
Audio sounds good. We're doing good, Brano.
We don't hydrate with alcohol.
We can hydrate with Ivor. I just don't have that open. So I'm going to hydrate the water first and then the alcohol.
Okay. The chances of being drunk on semen are low but never zero. That's true. Even when you're not at sea.
Yeah.
That's true. Because you never know who's a seaman.
You never know. You could be drunk on someone's semen who is also a seaman.
That's true. That's like semen squared.
Yeah, semen squared.
That's 4 layers of semen.
If I was going to evening slots and go it's like every time evening slots. I'm gonna crack open a beer and look at the foamy head on that. Great. But yeah, I know what we're going to get onto. It's all right. Do you want to take the honors for worst hit?
Yeah, I'm going to press all these buttons. Right. So how do you just turn it off and then we can go home? There's a pod end button here. Will I just hit that?
No, there's not an end button there. You're straight up lying.
It literally says pod end.
You could hit that, but it won't end the podcast.
I'm just gonna caress it a little bit.
I bet you caress it. It's got like a feather trigger. And I bet you caress it too hard and it goes off.
No, I'll just hit number 1 here. Do you have to hit it twice?
You shouldn't have to, but okay. I don't know. It can be a little bit.
I fucking work these buttons.
I'm glad.
I could do everything.
Do you want to be in charge of the buttons going forward?
These are my buttons now.
Okay, that's cool. Bear in mind, I've got the mouse to override everything.
It's my tiny stream deck.
I mean, you were the lovely person to gift it to me.
That's true.
On my birthday, so
it was actually a very selfish gift because here I am now, months later, using it for my own purposes.
I mean,
which is to host the podcast.
You know what? If it's a selfish gift, it's one I still appreciated regardless.
Damn right.
But I think we need to get into the news because we've been we got called a tangential crew yesterday.
You know what? That's what we should do for this entire episode. Just start talking about stuff and then just veer widely off interact. I mean, like we already started talking about semen.
Yeah. Like I mean, it's not unheard of for us to.
I don't even think anyone brought it up. I think it was just us.
Yeah. No, we really don't. No one really. Well, maybe Mila did with the in regards to
I think that was
the
after I
chance
already
of
said
being
Seaman,
drunk
though.
on Seaman. Yeah, I
So,
guess
Yeah. So
I-
we've already went off on a tangent. So
we went off at the tangent based on a tangent. Selfies gifts are. I can't, can you?
the
read that?
thoughtfulest.
Thoughtful. Thank you. My brain just did not want that word to work for me.
Mila, he's
Uh,
blaming you for why we're talking about semen.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm okay with it, but like we should go. You know what we should be talking about though?
What should we talking about?
The fact that Sonic, the creator and like director of Yakuza, wants
Oh,
to
yeah.
make a Sonic game.
This is everything I think that would be right with the world if that happened.
I'm
Because if you read the article, he was like, I want to make a Sonic game, but I want to make a Sonic game that I would want to play in the certain way I would want to do it. So I have no idea what that would entail, but it would just be like Sonic absolutely just battering the life out of people for money, I assume.
You know what? That makes me think. Could you imagine
mean,
a Sonic literally beating the shit?
Technically, he already beats the fuck out of people for gold coins. So not really that far away.
Yeah, but I mean, like, could you imagine a Sonic? Right? Could you imagine like a Sonic that was in a criminal organization, but that had a heart of gold?
So basically just Sonic the way he is now. Because technically, in the Sonic universe, I'm pretty sure Sonic and all his mates are like rebels, which means they're not the current form of government.
I think.
So they're like the communists of the Sonic universe.
I think at this point, people
the
have accepted
Sonianists.
Sonic, but at first they were kind of like, look at that monster, we want to dissect it because
Yeah.
we want to know how it works.
Sonic is a Somunist. He's a Sonic.
I think if anything that
Sonic
Sonic
communist.
06 has taught us is that
he can fuck women.
yeah, he can
Yeah.
fuck women.
That he can just pound.
That he can
puss.
literally fall in love and absolutely at the speed of sound
He can-
blast
yeah.
a woman.
literally just rail her. Like,
Yeah,
he probably like just went in and out of there without her even knowing.
it was ever the swiftest orgasm
quick.
she's ever had, or it was the swiftest disappointment she's ever had.
That's true. Yeah. I mean,
You know.
if it's going to be disappointing, it's best that it's pretty quick. Like,
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Let's get that disappointment out of the way. Sonic fully voiced in Japanese, ripping someone's teeth out for information.
great. I'm going to take this coat off.
Go for it, dude. Go for it. But yeah, I could get behind that. I think that's kind of cool. I you know what? If you notice the evolution of the Yakuza director from like one
Sonic
to-
the Sledgehog.
Okay, that's
Oh
pretty
my God,
good.
that's a T-shirt idea right there. Like the Sonic in a wee mafia suit with like.
If we weren't sued by Sega, we could probably
I don't
make
think we'll
that.
ever be big enough that Sega will give us two shits. So I think we're just gonna do that, and no one will know. We'll not say any. We'll not put any like kind of like PvP logo stuff on it.
Yeah,
It'll just be out there in the
just
ether.
just an E for.
Because you could just say it's a Sega mashup because Yakuza and Sonic are both owned by Sega.
Oh yeah, it's an homage.
Yeah.
Like
Well, that's why he was talking about it, because he was doing like a Sega 60th anniversary podcast or something like
Right.
that with someone who was in, I don't know, the Twitter team for the American Sega or whatever, and they were like, what game do you want to make? And he's like, I'd love to make a Yakuza.
So this is the question I would have, right? This is the question I have. Is Sega as vehemently guarded of their IPs as, say, Nintendo are? Because Nintendo have just shut down an online tournament for Super Smash Bros. Melee because they fucking hate Joy.
Are we moving on to that one already?
Well, I felt it segued
You
well.
kind of jumped a bit. Like,
I felt it segued well. I was going for a delicious segue.
I don't really think what do you call it? I don't really think Sega have enough IPs anymore to be all that kind of like precious about them. They've only really what have they got? Yakuza, Sonic,
I want to say
Sega,
Civ.
Civ what?
I think they might publish the Civ games, or
Oh God, no!
or no,
that's-
the Total War games. Sorry, Total War games.
The may have at one point. I don't know if it's still them or not.
They're sure they still publish
Could
them.
be, yeah. But they have a very. The short answer is no. I don't think they'd be all that annoyed if they find out that people. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure there's still Sonic Adventure servers up somewhere for like hosting. Like,
Chao battles
like
and
time
stuff?
trials or some shit like that.
Okay,
I
okay.
don't know.
Did I just arrive to Cossack Bacon Gun Show hosted by John?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's never not a gun show when he's around.
Total smoke show.
But yeah, like I mean, compared to Nintendo, who we have actually news for based on what I just said. Like
Yeah.
they've literally shut down the biggest online Smash Bros. Melee tournament.
Yeah.
And to give context, Melee was the GameCube game.
Yeah, the GameCube Smash game, which
Yeah.
I still think has a bigger following than the Switch or Wii one.
I think that comes down to the fact that it was the most balanced.
Controllers.
Well, you
Oh,
could use
the-
the controllers
well,
on
yeah,
the
yeah,
Wii
but
one
like,
and the Switch one.
Yeah, I think it's considered it's considered to have the best roster. There's very few like ridiculously OP characters in it, so
Yeah.
it is actually like near enough a fair fight. And like these people have kept it has to be 15, 16 years old.
Yeah.
The game they've kept it alive with this like in a yearly tournament. And normally they get away with it because they do it in person.
Yeah.
But because of COVID, they're being safe, and they're like, right, well, we'll do it online, and we'll do it over. I think they may have been doing it over Twitch or something. I don't know.
Oh,
And
of
Sega,
course.
And Sega were just like, what's this? You're using. It's not even like they weren't like pirating the game or anything, but
No.
they had to use custom mods for people to play it online. I can't remember what it was called. It begins with S. It's like Split or Spillet or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like a little program, and they're like, because you're using that program, we can say that you're running an illegal version of this game, therefore you're not allowed to stream it. It's like, you just like, people are still trying to play a game you made 15, 16 years ago, and you're stopping them from playing it for really no good reason. Like, no one's making any money off it. If they don't do it, all you're doing is losing public image. So
Yeah.
there's no pros from stopping it. It was all cons.
So this is not uncommon for Nintendo. Were you aware of what they did to the YouTube space?
No.
So until 2018, if you were to go make video game Let's Plays or video game content around any of their properties, you had to basically pay them 80% of the revenue you made after YouTube, and you'd get the remaining 20%.
What a bunch of cunts.
Because that was their thing. It's like, you ever give us a large portion,
Or you don't get it
or
up
you
at
don't
all.
get it at
Right.
all.
So it doesn't even look like they've given them the opportunity to do that with us. They're just
It-
nah.
Even if they did, it's still going to look shit.
I think it was just because they weren't directly involved in it, so they couldn't reap any of the profits. I assume, like, it may have even all been for charity. I don't even know. I don't know if the winner got like a cash prize or anything. Like, it could have been a charity thing. I don't know. But
I
it's
don't
a-
think they would have cared. Though.
But
I
it's
think they would-
it's a yearly thing, and the only reason I can see that they stopped it is because they weren't making any money out of it.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
and if anything, they're probably just gonna like disband that tournament now. Like, well, fuck you. Like, if we're not gonna give your game positive press if you're just gonna be massive cunts about it for really no good reason at all.
No, they are just they're not. It's not an isolated event with them. This
Right.
is my
It's just-
issue.
Is this just like the latest in a?
This
a
is the
long line of
latest
them
in-
being a bit shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, look hard, like, as well they are when it comes to shutting down fan-made ROM mods and stuff. Like Pokemon Uranium and stuff.
That's a bit different because that is literally people profiting off their IP.
I thought that was going to be. I thought
No,
that was
well,
given away for free.
No, well, I mean, you can say it's given away for free, but in some ways that the person who makes that will receive funds in some way. Like, if they put it up anywhere and like they're like, right, well, I'll ask for donations. Like, you're getting donations as a direct result of you manipulating someone else's work, which is a bit different. But literally all these guys were playing the game. Like, they weren't making any money out of it. They were just like, we're getting together to play the game. And they were like, no, you're not. It's like they tried to even be safe and do it online. And like, that's the only reason why they got caught this time, is because they had to do it
Online.
because they had to do it remotely. And to do that, they had to use a piece of illegal software. And that's what they got them on. Maybe they were
Is
waiting for-
source code even illegal if it's not Nintendo source code? Like, the online
well,
source code,
you have to. I know, but they like.
the net code's not
but they-
Nintendo's.
But they broke. They edited the game to get it to run online. So like, technically, they're running like cracked versions of it. Which, to be fair, I'm pretty sure that is illegal. But illegal.
Yeah.
But I think that was the technicality that they got them on. Otherwise, they just do it in person. And
Yeah.
that's why they never run into any problems before.
It just reeks of Nintendo.
I know, if they could have just went like,
fucking-
you know what, we'll sponsor it, or we'll give it some see if they said we'll give it some coverage, people would have been like, fuck, there's a game I haven't thought of in years, go fucking get my GameCube out. Or like, they could have done that to preemptively like get people interested in maybe
the game they could release
a,
again
like
on
a digital
online. Yeah.
a digital copy or something of it.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of is that they are releasing a digital copy, and they don't want anyone playing any other version of it.
Competing with
So
it
they'll
essentially.
go back and retroactively destroy every other, a bit like Warcraft done with
Oh
when they
yeah.
released vanilla. They
Yeah.
shut down all those
Vanilla servers, yeah.
because they were doing their own one.
It's not. It's not a surprise. It's just not a great practice either.
Not really.
It's like, don't shit on the consumers that buy your products.
They'll go somewhere else. Like,
Yeah.
they'll find some other game to play and just play that instead.
They'll get more passionate about that
Yeah.
there. Should we go back and look at the next news?
We have to go to number 2.
I did segue awkwardly, and I do
You
apologize.
segued into like the 5th one.
I know, and I
And now we'll have to
apologize.
go- And now I have to go back
I know.
because you can't count.
Can count. I
Big
just
Fuck.
liked the segue.
You know, what about the ocean? It's going well.
Yeah, not
we're
too bad.
we're warm. We're warm in here. We're hot.
Yeah.
Too hot, man.
I mean, I'm not even wearing my robe I wear on stream. That's usually how I wear it.
Why did I see that? Oh yeah, I threw it out of the room a minute ago.
But I wasn't wearing it anyway before you came in. Like it's not like I haven't had the heating on
Yeah.
like much today. I've had it on for an hour to get hot water, but that was about it. That's probably what made you warm. You had your hair coming down, covering your side. and stuff.
dry out a wee bit.
Fair. But yeah, so next one, basically, Hitman devs are looking to making a 007 property.
Yep. IOI, they released a wee. If there's anything before a teaser trailer,
An announcement trailer?
I think it's
Could
probably
that be
about
considered?
yeah, about very accurate. My hand's stuck.
Yeah, a very
Very quick. Like, I think it's like 50 seconds or something like that. It's just like their logo and then it's inside the barrel of a gun, and then you'll hear the
copyright strike. There you go. That's us. We'll be done.
Just say we get copyright strike that after, I'll be very upset. 'Cause I'll be like,
It
really?
looks like it's going for based on the wee like kind of musicals thing.
GoldenEye kind of classic Bond, but I mean, I suppose will it just be a Hitman game where you're James Bond, or will they try and do something new with it?
I feel like they'll have to. You know what they'll probably do? They'll probably incorporate some of the Hitman stealth mechanics because
Yeah.
Bond is a secret agent, right?
Yeah,
And so I imagine stealth's probably like in an ideal world, Bond would be
but I
a
mean,
bit stealthy about things.
if you would break the Hitman game down to like one thing, it's dressing up. Like,
Oh,
let's be
yeah.
honest, it's 100% dressing up. Bond was never really a big dresser upper kind of guy, so I don't know if they'll roll that out or just it'll not be used quite as much.
The most I'm familiar with in a Bond perspective is Brosnan and Daniel Craig movies. I've watched some of the
Older ones,
Connery ones and stuff, but like the
Let
ones
him,
I
let him
would
rip.
pour one out for a wife, Peter.
He's he's Beyblading in the skies now.
Beyblade in the skies.
He's letting it rip.
But yeah, so more like and the core focus of like the Brosnan ones were definitely the gadgets. It was all about the gadgets.
Fuck yeah, and all about the
Letting it rip in heaven.
all about that. The thing I'm kind of
about all about that.
the thing I'm kind of excited about is like to be see like looking over all of them. The James Bond games don't have the worst track record, which is nice.
No,
I
they
would
don't.
say there's probably more good than there is bad.
They were smart and kept it down to like
Yeah, they didn't do one for like every movie,
no.
but most of the ones that done were pretty good. Like,
I mean, like put it this way. So one of them is probably one of the best N64 games of all time.
yeah, that's accurate. Even like 007 Nightfire and all was good. The wee like shooty driving stuntman game.
Yeah,
that was fun.
They were smart in the sense that like they concentrated some of them
Yeah.
specifically on like driving games. So they went like to driving games with them. They went and in those driving games become like shooting mechanics and rocket mechanics, and that was in an era of where Twisted Metal.
Yeah,
worked,
they were those games
you
were
know?
like a dime a dozen. Like
Yeah,
a lot of them. From Russia with Love, that was a good game.
Yeah.
That was like one of those games that got like way more work than you thought it was going to. You're like, oh, this is actually like a really robust, full thought out game. I assume that's because they didn't have like a movie deadline to
work
to
on.
keep up with. Like, I'm pretty sure. I think 2 out of the 4 Daniel Craig ones had games, and I don't remember those at all. They were like,
Did they have games?
yeah, I think Quantum of Solace had a game, and I think maybe there was one called Bloodstone. He was in it, but it was a story they read for the game. Like at that point, they had definitely just become grey shooters. They were great. They were grey shooters through
Right.
and through. They were very bored. And they were very dull. And when they stopped making them, no one cared. So that's probably why they were like, right, we need to give these to someone else. So IOI is a pretty good I mean, they know what they're doing. Like,
Yeah.
how many Hitman games has there been now?
Oh, at least fuck about 12 maybe.
And
12? Like I think they rebooted the series by about the 9th one.
yeah, people definitely like keep an eye out for them. So
I mean, like they've also got a third Hitman game confirmed for next gen consoles, so we've got
Yeah,
that
yeah.
coming. Hey, Vardal.
what up, you boy Bardol?
So we they even have like a new Hitman game, and that Hitman series has been really successful because they've done the right thing where they've done it like they've taken the Telltale model and made it work for their
Yeah, because they release like the base game and then release more kind of like missions for it.
Yeah,
right?
they
more areas.
they
and
treat it
stuff.
like a season. So
Yeah.
like you'll have like episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, and they're just like big, massive, like open areas with like multiple objectives, like speed runs, all these
Yeah, yeah.
great ways of doing these things, and like they even do like community challenges and things like that there, and they really make you like they'll make one like area and squeeze a lot out of it.
Yeah,
And then release the next one, squeeze a lot out of it. They do things called elusive targets.
yeah, I
as
remember
well.
that. Funnily enough, Sean Bean was one of them.
Really?
Yeah, like I think last year, maybe the year before, and ironically now they're making a James Bond game. He probably put them in touch, like, here, fucking, come on in, lads, come
Come
on
on,
in.
let's do it.
I'd put you in with fucking Mr. Broccoli and whatever his name is,
Mr.
Cheese or something. One of the people who writes like the Bond movies, are their surname is Broccoli, and the other one's like Ham or Cheese or something like that. They're like,
That is such a weird
I don't
naming
know.
convention. Home Alone, Smoky Bandits were targets for.
the Sticky Bandits, because they're jizzing on each other.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Sticky
Do that,
Bandits.
and then you're like,
Oh yeah. I haven't watched Home Alone in some time. When I say sometime, I mean years, not since last Christmas.
years.
Like actual years. I'm not one of those people who watches like Christmas movies at Christmas.
I fucking hate Christmas movies, and we're in that time of year now where like if you go on Netflix and you go to like new, it's just reams and reams and reams of white people in Christmas movies. It's like it's the same blonde woman and brown haired man, or brown haired woman and brown haired man.
Yeah.
Just the same couple, just standing in front of a tree or an open fire. Someone doing that. Someone fucking. It's like, can the princess make it home in time for Christmas? Or
It's beginning to look like Christmas. Should we move on to our next one?
do it.
Yes. So apparently, Spider-Man Remastered is breaking PS5s.
Breaking the fuck out of them.
Now, there's not been full confirmations of full breakings. Like mine's fine. Don't
That
worry.
guy.
That guy right
Point
there.
at one, you can't see it, but
Can't see it, but he's
pointing at it.
standing loud and proud in beside my PC right
So
now.
you're not saying it's a she, you're sticking with a he?
He's gender fluid.
Right. I'm gonna go for the she then.
Yeah, that's fine. He or she accepts all pronouns.
Sweet.
So they're they. Good one. But yes, it's beginning to look a lot like Banshee screams.
People should make more horror Christmas movies.
Yeah, Krampus is good
Black
shit. I can
Christmas
get behind
and
that. Like,
Krampus is good until the end. The end's dog shit.
yeah, it is a bit
Yeah,
doggy.
it was not good.
Yeah. So, like, apparently what's happening is that the remastered version of Spider-Man currently, it might have been patched by the time we're talking about it now, but it was noted that it was essentially if you put the console into sleep mode, it would corrupt your hard drive. On some rare instances, the hard drive corruption edit the OS and basically break the hard drive.
That's fun.
In most cases, though, it would just mean that you'd lose all your save data and any of your downloaded games. So, at this moment in time, I'm going to either research it, but I certainly don't plan on playing that Spider-Man for a while.
I know you have a
anyway.
copy of it there. Have you started playing it yet? No.
No,
Do you have it installed or anything?
I have installed.
Right.
I've not started playing it. The first game I'm going to go into is Valhalla,
Did you
and
not-
then by then I'm hoping to have the PC updated for Watch
Did you not
Dogs.
have any? I go at it today. No.
No. Like I was planning on streaming today, and that was the plan last night, and then I had the worst sleep all week.
And then you had the best wank, and then another sleep.
No, I just had another sleep. Didn't have a wank. Probably would have helped this.
Well, that's
make
alright,
me
I
sleep though.
I wouldn't admit to it on stream either. Like, it's fine.
Tell me later.
Oh wait.
Tell me later. It was very creepy. Wait.
Oh no.
Very creepy. But yeah. It's cracked my back. But yeah, I had like the worst sleep, so I didn't get really any time for it. I played Astro a little bit before our podcast here.
Yeah.
Finished Astro. Well, it's just a tech demo.
Yeah. We were giving that a go last night. I can see why people were going kind of bullshit over the triggers.
Yeah,
They're real nice. Like when you get the
They
the
got even
feedback and
better.
Stuff. Cool.
they got even better. There's like some part of the tech demos that we're talking to something totally different, but tangent. They got even better because there was a bit where you get to use a bow and arrow, and you can feel the taut tension
Ooh,
of the
that's nice, yeah.
bow. Like when you're pushing down, you can feel like it fighting against you to keep the bowstring taut. There was parts where I was using a machine gun, and it was just flicking the trigger and like really just like fighting. It's like no, get off the trigger, stop shooting. Like that, like really great. Like it was really weird, and I was like, this is kind of cool, and also awful if you ever wanted to play competitively. Because the last thing you want to do is like have your controller
like,
fight against
I know
you, trying to use it in the
you're
middle of a
playing,
gunfight.
you're playing fucking Call of Duty for like 2 hours and you have to stop because your fingers are sore. You're
Yeah, it's
"Ah,
like
for
why
fuck's
is this?
sake."
Why is this? So I can see it probably not being turned
I'm sure
off for
you can. I'm
competitive.
sure you can probably just turn it off.
You can.
I assume the option to just turn it off at all times.
At a
is there,
system level,
and
it is.
most
I
people
believe.
will just be like, right, well, it's a good niche, but I'm turning it off. Like for instance, if you had the option to just turn the 6-axis off, I would turn that right off.
Most games are smart enough
Yeah.
not to use that.
I think I would have liked to have thought that we were past that. The whole like, oh, it's not fun. Like
No.
no game can use it right, and it doesn't. You don't need it in any game.
No.
It's fine. Just move on. Stop putting it in stuff. Like, well, I suppose PS they're the only people who still.
I
use
feel
it.
like it's fine if you're using it as a, like I fucking need to shake the controller.
Fuck that shit.
Like that stuff is not as like egregious as like
Yeah.
oh it's time to do the puzzle mechanic. Like I don't mind. Like in Last of Us when it's like shake your light to recharge it. Like I was fine with that.
I'd rather just use a button to be honest. Like,
I mean yeah, but I mean versus like one versus the other. Like doing an intricate puzzle with it, annoying as fuck. Quickly shaking it for half a second to get the light working, I'm okay with that.
yeah, I guess so. It feels like it'll be a fun feature for a while, then I'll never use it again. Like almost all PlayStation unique features. Yep, sounds about right.
Yeah, like potentially it depends. Like if you just leave it on, it's going to be up to the developer how they.
I think I've seen people say that the swinging in Spider-Man uses it quite well. That like the further away you are,
Yeah.
the more you hold it in, and like the further you go or something like that, which
Yeah.
is quite nice. But I mean, like it'll be good for guns because you'll have
It
to like
felt so weird. Bow specifically felt
Yeah.
so weird, but in the best way.
someone will whip out a fucking Tomb Raider game right quick.
Oh man, see a Tomb Raider game would like it would be if you're really into immersive gameplay,
Yeah, yeah.
it's going to do that for you. For me, who streams every game
Yeah.
I play, it's very rare that I get fully immersed like that.
Yeah.
So it would probably be a little bit lost to me. But for those people who just want to like, they're sitting in their nice living room with their 50-inch TV and their headphones on, and you know they're just kind of like zeroing in and just playing. It's gonna definitely add to that immersion.
I'd say the most impressive thing about the new controller is the weird haptic feedback. I think
yeah.
that has like, it's not rumble so much as if it's more like, say if you're doing something with the controller and there's something on your left side, like a rumble will go down the left side of the controller,
Yeah.
or it will move along the left side or cross over to the right depending on what's going on
Yeah,
stream
it's
or on
ve-
screen. It's very odd, but I think you could probably use that, especially in like horror games and stuff. You could use that to like really good effect. You know, like
Yeah.
if there's something like if you're running away and there's something chasing you and you don't want to look around, you could feel, you know, like the vibration of the direction of your controller would tell you where it's coming from.
Yeah.
Or like how close it is. That fucking scared the tits off you.
Yeah,
Like,
the immersion factor is like tenfold. It's so
if no
good
one
for
is
that.
doing that in a game, I'm copywriting that idea right now.
Fair enough.
Copyright me, 2020.
But yeah, well, yeah, it was so these places I'm gonna hold off for a while anyway. Like my playthrough of Spider-Man was probably being held off anyway because I've got like all Assassin's Creed to do.
Uh-huh.
I'm waiting for the PC, the part to come, the GPU. Still waiting for the GPU, for God's sake. And that comes with a free copy of Watch Dogs. I'm gonna finally get free Watch Dogs, and then I'll probably go into Spider-Man and then Cyberpunk. So I've got a plan
Right,
when
okay.
it comes to the games. Should we jump on to the next one then?
Yep. Got punched.
Calling dibs works, maybe not.
Copyright me.
Copyright.
Copyright
Mr. Bacon.
Copyright Bacon.
Do you want to walk us through this
The
next
Bacon
one?
bomb. Sure. Someone's being naughty at Capcom. Someone ransomware one of their databases, and this is very much a rumor control thing. So like this is not straight fact yet, but someone grabbed like one of Capcom's like dev spreadsheets.
Yes.
And it had the list of titles that they've got coming out over the next like 2 years, and you know all your usual sequels are in it. But I think this is the first time anyone's literally heard anything concrete about there actually being a Street Fighter 6. So it's Street Fighter 6 coming out for PC, Xbox, whatever the new one is called. I'll get it one of these days.
Sausage rolls.
Xbox Sausage Roll X,
Yeah.
XL,
XL sausage roll.
XLX, Xbox, PS5. Probably not the Switch because why bother?
Yeah.
So
Well,
maybe PS4. I can't remember if it was on that or not.
I think for the first year we're still going to see those cross platforms.
Yeah. So yeah, there is a Street Fighter 6 on the way, which is nice because they so horrifically fucked Street Fighter 5.
Even I didn't buy Street Fighter 5. And
Yeah, some
that
of the,
tells you something.
yeah. Well, Street Fighter 5 was a free game on the PS4.
I never downloaded
a
it
month
though.
or two ago. I got it. So I played it for all about 5 minutes and was like, oh, this is Street Fighter 4, but with less in it. Sweet.
That is such. How do you do that?
Greed, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm kind of looking. I'm like, how do you do that?
See, that's the thing with fighting games. Like, they can be, you can so easily just fall into the let's just monetize the ever loving fuck out of this and charge people for every single fighter. But like, I didn't mind because DOA 6 done that. DOA 6 had a free version of the game where it gave you a story mode and three or four characters were absolutely free, and you paid piecemeal for every other character that you wanted to play as. They were like a $5 or something like that, and then the story mode itself, I think you had to pay for. It was like £9 or £10. So if you bought it that way, you definitely would have ended up paying more than if you had just bought it. You bought the paid version, but you just bought the paid version for like 40 quid, and it was it was the whole game. But Street Fighter 5 charged you 60 quid for the core version.
Yeah.
And they were still charging people for
They were
charging people for everything in that game. Costumes, gems,
costumes, gems,
characters, levels, soundtracks. Like,
yeah.
it's everything could be paid for with actual money, and people were like, you launched this game without a career mode. This game didn't even have a story mode for the first like 9 months.
Yeah.
And when it came out, people were like, this is just a couple of like static cutscenes. Like, there's no story mode to this whatsoever. So Street Fighter 5 never got off the ground. It never got anywhere near.
For Street Fighter fans to be so won over by how 4 was,
Yeah.
like it's such a shocking U-turn on like how
it's
to
like
make
the,
a fighting game in
what there was-
2010
There
onwards.
was like a was there like a Ultimate Challenger edition or something?
they
of Street Fighter 4
they did do that, so they released a few like
Championship
edition and
yeah.
that there, and that came with its extra few characters
Yeah.
plus a bunch of balance changes.
Yeah, it was good. That was good shit though. That's where you want it. You want to start from a position of good standing and power,
Yeah.
and then be like, right, we've taken feedback, we've added new characters, a couple of new levels, a couple of new modes, a couple of new tournaments or whatever. Here's a slightly cheaper but new version of the game.
Yeah, because they didn't charge the full
Yeah.
price. It was like if you bought it for 40, you were paying maybe 20.
Yeah,
25 for it,
Street
you know?
Fighter 5 was essentially like, here's the lobby for a game that will eventually release. And
It was kind of like early access, without calling it early access.
yeah, it was an early access game being launched at full price. So I don't really know how pumped people are for a new Street Fighter. Street Fighter 5 was out, what, 2 years ago?
Maybe a bit longer. Free?
Year?
3 years ago?
I don't.
I would say it's 2017.
3 years. Long
Top
enough-
of my head,
yeah,
2017.
it's long
sounds about
enough
right.
to make a good fighting game. So
Yeah.
it won't be out till next year at some point, but
Yeah.
hopefully it will be out next year at some point, and it'll be good.
Ocean said he's skeptical about it. Like some of the games sound too good to be true.
Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head. There was a couple that I saw that was like, wow. But it was a lot of your Capcom usuals, like. But I think it was pretty much just like any game that Capcom have out at the minute.
Plus a sequel.
It was essentially just a sequel in there somewhere along the road. But like, those games may not even end up being made. They just might have a sequel on the books that will
Yeah.
turn into something else or be wrote off
Yeah.
for something else to come up. So like,
It
just
could be like a very early design doc.
what the fuck is Resident Evil? Well, it could have been Hunk. So Hunk might be getting his own game, which would be great.
That'd be
But
great.
But it may also just be like a code name for whatever the whatever that Resident Evil is, because like that happens all the time. Like,
I mean, we got to confirm new Resident Evil coming. That's Resident Evil Village.
yeah.
So it could be just a code name, yeah.
So it's just Resident Evil Hank's Village, and it's a dating sim.
Oh,
where
here.
you're a zombie called Hank, and
I would play a Resident Evil dating sim, and I don't like dating sims.
you're trying to put your tofu into other zombies.
I love Tofu as a character.
Yeah,
Just a knife running around in Resident Evil 2, ripping shit up.
with a little beret on.
Yeah.
Claire's beret, or no, not Claire's. No, it was Claire.
It was Claire's beret.
Claire's
Yeah.
beret and a
Yeah.
little knife.
But yeah, no, it doesn't surprise me.
It could be. You know what? If it's not Village, it's probably a multiplayer Resident Evil, which they
do on
usually
occasion.
have. Yeah, they usually have one Jailsbury.
Jailsbury.
They usually have one of those going succinctly to the Resident Evil mainline games.
Yeah.
That last one that was out, I can't remember what it was called. It was it one of the worst Resident Evil games that they had ever seen? Umbrella Chronicles? Is that what it was?
Was it the last one? Was 7.
No, the last like multiplayer one they had out.
Oh yeah, Chronicles was weird.
Was it Chronicles?
Yeah, I
or
think so.
Umbrella.
I think it's called
Academy?
Umbrella
Nope.
Chronicles, wasn't
That's
that?
a show. Yeah, I think so. But there may have been one after that people were also not happy with, but it was the same kind of like, we're a little stars team and you're going around shooting zombies, and people were like, it's fun for about 10 minutes.
It's like a
But-
time attack thing.
Yeah, how dare you charge full people, or how dare you charge full price for this fucking thing?
Capcom is like, it's made a lot of strides to better itself
Yeah,
since Street Fighter 5, but it's also still fucking up. In
Well, I
some
mean,
places.
it's still just a company. Like they're still trying to get money off you. Like, so
Yeah, but like there's some companies that like,
fuck them.
there's still some companies that at least try to like make games like at the forefront of their like. I mean, like let's look at CD Projekt Red. They try and they put the games at the forefront of what they're doing.
Ultimately, Operation Raccoon City. That's what it was. That was the garbage one that people did not like. Thank you,
Okay.
Ocean. I knew there was one after fucking Umbrella Chronicles. That was years ago. CD Projekt Red. I think people are still maybe a wee bit too quick to jump to their defense. They're still trying to get your money. It's just that they made so much money from Witcher 3 that they don't need to overtly try and get your money.
Oh, and the little GOG.
Yeah, so don't worry. Like, they're still ultimately, their goal is to get money off you.
Yeah, like any
but they
business
can just take their time and at least give you a good product in return for your money. But you know, like if someone's a wee bit strapped for cash, like I'm sure Capcom is, because they won't stop making games, then they're like, right, fucking get this fucking money.
I think, I think it's more of a difference. So we're seeing Capcom exhibit some of like EA's business practices, which is upsetting.
if you want to call that business practices.
I mean, it's a business and it's
I mean,
a
they're
practice.
essentially just like, they've got a gun on everyone, and they're just like,
yeah. Capcom tried out with fucking Street Fighter 5.
fucking give me your money. Well, they tried it with the fighting game community, which was a really bad move because
It's
like,
the one
the
community.
the casual game market is stupid. Like the people who play those games, the people who play EA games and give them money every year for the same game are stupid. They are stupid people. But the fighting game fans, like, even though fighting games are like probably about as popular as they've ever been since like the 90s, it's still a pretty niche crowd. Like,
yeah, and like you don't release a
and-
new fighting game once a year.
yeah, they're clever players. Like they know what's worth their money, which is why Street Fighter 5 absolutely bombed. And
Yeah.
they didn't get any money off people. They literally give it away for free. you
Yeah.
know, just to try and get like a wee bit of fucking, like, oh,
Play me-
you're Capcom, you love us. Like, what are you doing? Like, well, you kind of fucked up. So,
Yeah.
no.
Hey, Dizzy. Hope you're
What
keeping
up?
well.
It's your boy Dizzy.
It's your boy Dizzy.
It's your boy.
It's your boy. Keep remembering I have neighbors. And it's one of those things where I've
Sorry.
got that low key anxiety now. That's
your
like since I got that complaint for it, it's like it's your boy. It's like that one time I got that complaint for. Now anytime I raise my voice,
Do you know, was it that side or that side?
I think it was this side
Right. What makes you think it was that side?
because it came from 78 and that's that side.
Okay. Fuck them then. We'll go put all their We'll put all
I
their
would say
windows in.
fuck them. That would be a bit rude.
I'm gonna put all their windows in.
But yeah, no, like they fucked up the like. I mean, people who want to pay for FIFA every year or
Yeah, yeah.
like
Fuck them, they
EA
they
games in
deserve that.
general or
Well, actually, you know
fucking,
what? Because they're also
NBA games and
yeah,
shit.
they're
I mean,
ruining games for everyone else though. Because EA are like, look, we can get away with this. It's like, no, you can get away with it because you're charging to morons. They're not the people who keep the gaming industry going. They're morons who buy NFL every year or NBA every year. or
that's not the
FIFA every
industry.
year.
That's that
That
one
is-
brand.
They're like, but they don't care. Like,
If that brand doesn't exist, you don't
Yeah.
get money.
leave them alone. The rest of us are who you have to keep fucking sweet. Like,
They're like people who buy big dick pills and take the.
fuck yeah.
It's like, I get why people do it though. Like it's comfortable, it's easy. You know what you're getting in the product. I just even like the only game I would be susceptible to buying yearly if it was even worth it would have been like a wrestling game. And even I at this point was kind of like last time I went, fuck no.
No, they were one of the first series that was run into the ground from yearly releases.
But even I would
Wrestling
kind of look at
games?
that and I'm like,
Oh, you meant like
fuck.
because you're a fan, you were like, right, I'll buy the next one just to
Yeah.
see what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, it's becoming quite
Kinda
obvious that those poor ukes were just running out of patience. Like,
Yeah.
I'm surprised they stuck around for as long as they did. Like,
Yeah, I think once like THQ went, they were like, "Fuck it." I think THQ was that nice barrier with the WWE, calm your ham. Where like 2K were like, "Right, no, we get it. WWE, we're gonna grind.
we'll
these
make
fucks."
we'll make 2 games for you a year
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah,
Fucking ridiculous. Just make WWE Crush Hour. And
they did.
did that actually come out?
Yeah, that was like the
driving
Twisted
game?
Metal
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Again, there was a time where like Twisted Metal games were a thing that weren't Twisted Metal. You know what I mean?
I never thought
then-
that actually came out.
And then David Jaffe released a new Twisted Metal, and it sank.
Oh, cool. I like the way that new Carmageddon was shit.
They released that?
Yeah, there was a Carmageddon out on PS. It was a PSN game.
I did not know that.
earlier on the year.
Carmageddon was great
Yeah,
in the
this new
90s
one
because no one had seen it before.
Yeah, this new one was not. It was not good. It was a car game that controlled. It handled so terribly that I'm pretty sure no one on the like dev team knew how to drive, or none of them had even seen a car. It was made by a bunch of blind monks or something who didn't know what a car was. They're like, does it just go sideways and then stop, and that's it? That's all it does. Like, no, it's
No,
not.
it doesn't
It's not
work.
what cars do, but they do in your game, but not in real life.
Should we fire over to our last PS5 news?
Yeah, this is funny. I was reading this earlier on. It was like Game essentially tried to throw Yodel under the bus with like a PR, like, oh, we thought these were all going to be out on time, but like it turns out like our package carrier Yodel has said that we can't get them out on time. There's too many. There's more deliveries than I thought there was going to be. And then like the head of Yodel fucking jumped on, like subtweeted them. It was like, excuse me, mate. We fucking told you this how long this was going to take. You agreed to this months ago. You made such a fat ass console that we can't fit as many in our fucking trucks. So it's taken like twice the trips back and forth between distribution centers. So that's why it took ages for like more to turn up, because you're too fat. Your fat ass console is wrecking all our trucks.
The thing is, though, as well, Yodel's not exactly. I mean, there's the dread of like when you see some being delivered like by Yodel. I am kind of like, no.
You can just picture someone football kicking apart like a package through your living room window.
That or like it gets nicked.
Oh yeah, it's just like the driver's like, there you go.
It's like there was actually a report on Twitter where some guy was getting this because like he got a free game, and Yodel have this thing where like, okay, we picked up your package from this thing. 2 minutes after the package had been picked up, it was then reported on the app, your package just went missing. Contact the original distributor.
Sick.
2 minutes in, I was like, oh, Yodel.
We drivers just saw that and thought to themselves,
Yeah, and
Like that.
then suddenly it was like, there was like things going like, oh no, that's a mistake. It's a scanning error, and it's like, nah, motherfuckers, you got caught out and then
Yeah.
took it back off your employee.
Worst
Probably
one.
sacked the employee and got it back into distro fast.
That sounds about right. I just thought it was pretty funny that like these two, global companies are having a wee fucking hissy fit at each other, literally on Twitter. It was two like back-to-back press images on their Twitter. It was like Games was like, we're blaming Yodel, and Yodel was like, fuck you fucked up. We told you how long it was going to take. So it's like, what a time to be alive.
The thing is as well, though, right? See, with Game, they fucked up doubly. So they fucked up there, but they also fucked up with the consumer because they charged consumers for Royal Mail posting.
Oh yeah. And then
So
give it to Yodel.
they've took the Royal Mail cost on the postage, and then subcontracted Yodel, who probably like undercut the Royal Mail postage and just profited.
And then complained about it online.
Yeah,
Complained to Yodel online that they were
Yeah.
being too slow.
like Game literally tried to dick Yodel and did dick the consumer.
I just wanted to see, like one of the wee comments just being like, like Game UK just being like, get fucked, Yodel. Like that would have been pretty funny. Honestly, I didn't think we were too far off that. They were it looked like they were going at each other in the DMs in the comments or something.
Yeah, it was very funny to look at from a distance. I had my own issues with the console finally arrived, like
Yeah, but
obviously, and
yours-
it's working.
Yours had a wee
Mine's
transcontinent adventure.
Yeah.
like, all over this great nation of Europe.
Yeah, it's like I explained to people who are like, why the fuck did they root it down there? And the only thing I can think of is like we're so close to Brexit, they probably
I could have been some like, if we don't put this into Europe at some point, you have to pay an extra £90 in like UK delivery charge or
because
something.
we are
ridiculous shit
that,
like that.
we're going to be that weird little MacGuffin
Yeah.
in the UK. We're going to be like that weird Switzerland where And I've explained this.
there's
People got really annoyed at us. See, come the 31st of December, when the fuck it is, we're still European citizens.
Yeah, that's true.
We're still European citizens. We haven't left the EU because we're still Irish citizens.
Yep.
So, but that creates like a wee weird like Switzerland inside Northern Ireland.
Yeah, which is really ironic because there's nothing neutral about Northern Ireland.
No, there's really not. Nothing
We're one of the
remotely.
most unneutral countries.
But I got a feeling it's going to do that now, where like it's going to force people to route stuff like into Europe, into Dublin, and then like
up or
and then
something.
ferry it up
Yeah.
through the past the border or
That'll
something,
be
rather
fun.
than go for England.
Everything's gonna take an extra fucking 2 days to be delivered or something.
Yeah,
That'll
and that's
be
what I
great.
think's going to happen with that shit. So I've got a feeling that's what's probably happening, is that they're now having to migrate to this logistics style.
Yeah, you can, I suppose like it's, you know, like when you order something online and it's like leave a note or like, you know, like put a note for any, you know, kind of like extra, like leave it in a certain place or whatever like that. Just be like, see, when you drop this off in France for no reason, give them a wee shopping list. Be like, here, can you pick me up?
I mean, they clearly fucking opened it though.
Oh yeah, someone opened it at some
Someone
point.
fucking opened it, like
And that may have been again because it had to go into
like customs and
customs
shit,
or something.
or security
so
or something.
all your packages may be open now as well if you're going from Europe to Northern Ireland.
So
That's fun.
it's definitely been like, it was definitely weird. I mean, like mine was through DPD, and like not the worst delivery in the world, but not the best ever.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
at least it finally got here.
It got here, it's working. That's the
We
main
have to-
thing.
we
There's
have to
nothing
get it-
missing.
We have to get it a wee jaunty beret. A
Yeah, I
jaunty
have to get
beret.
it. I think a red one would really suit it. It'd make it look dapper.
Yeah, like doll clothes as we.
Oh man, let's spritz it with like an ungodly amount of Paco Rabanne.
Ooh. Yeah, okay.
The only
okay.
reason I thought about Paco Rabanne is because they had like if I remember correctly, the branding was like the striped shirt.
Yeah, yeah.
The
So you want to
white-
get it a wee shirt as well?
like a wee black and white striped,
Yeah.
like horizontal striped
Yeah.
shirt.
Wee
Bit
beret.
of- Still spritz a Paco Rabanne
So like, we'll put like a little,
mustache.
yeah, with a little cardboard mustache on it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
that'd be quite good.
yeah. Imagine your PS5 arrived and was broken. I would. Part of me was ready for that. Like I was weird. Like my
Yeah.
anxiety was there for that. I was ready for it. If you know what I mean. In fact, that wasn't the case though.
Imagine if it was fine the way it was, and then you played Spider-Man and broke it. You'd be really annoyed at that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I really would actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that would be.
That would be.
That would be annoying.
That'd
That'd be a
really
very,
annoying.
very, very annoying thing to happen.
Should we go over to the next one?
We're shimmying on to number 2. Oh
You need
God.
to hit feature group again.
Get
There you
away.
go.
Yes.
One replay.
Okay, I got it. So you can hit both at the same time.
I would
Try it.
avoid it. I
what
think
happens.
it's because you're forcing through too many commands at once.
Right. If I press 2 buttons at once, you're saying that this thing will like just explode.
Not explode. It will just like get confused and maybe not take your command and just
Right.
go nah.
Because I don't want to die.
It won't
Because of this
explode.
thing?
Like a stream deck's good, but it won't kill you.
If this doesn't explode little pieces of plastic into my face, and then I could just be on disability for the rest of my life, that'd be great.
I didn't invent the stream deck. You're going to have to talk to Corsair and Elgato for that.
If someone could just contact Elgato and be like, here, this exploded in my mate's face, give him money, and then I'll just put some.
So just
shit.
say, we'll fire over a movie effects artist for you.
Yeah. And we'll,
Yeah.
That'd be great. We'll get so much money off that.
The holy shit! This replay is really good this week, actually.
Apparently, a lot of good games come out in November.
Yeah,
which is
I
what
wonder
we've
why.
been seeing. I missed the Christmas game. Like, I missed that. Like getting games for Christmas when you were younger, and like, you know, like you know when you couldn't buy them yourself, and like every game was like a big deal. There's like, right, even if this is shit, I'm gonna have to play this for the next couple of months because I got nothing else. And now you're just like, I bought this 55 quid game, and the same day I'm done with it, and it's a bit deflating.
Yeah, you don't get that. You don't get like it's not as often you get that time what's the investment in the games anymore.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's just 'cause
I'm
there's
the
just-
wrong person to ask about time investment in a game.
Yeah.
I cannibalize them
You-
things nowadays.
You just sit on games and assimilate them
Right in my butt.
up your butthole
Yeah,
like an enema.
Ooh.
Anima games.
game anima.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Anima.
should we go for it though?
Well, we'll start at the bottom, which is ironically enough the top because it's the best game.
I mean, like it's hard to argue with that one. Like in that list, it probably is the. Well, I guess it depends what you're going for, actually.
Well, it's the best. It's the best game out of those games.
This is where I disagree because I feel like you can't really. I'm the type of person that's like you can't compare apples to oranges when you're trying to compare.
That's true, but at some point you just get a really good apple that you would
Yeah,
have
like I mean,
over
like if you prefer
any-
the taste of one, that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's hard. Like I don't like the idea of like comparing a racing game to a fighting game because they are just so different in their mechanics.
Well, it's not that at that point I wouldn't compare the game to the other game. I would compare the enjoyment you get from one game to the other game, and in that case, it is all the same. I think because if you feel a certain way about games, then you know what you're going to enjoy of a certain type, and I could say that I would like that more.
that's fair. But I mean, again, I could throw an MacGuffin at you. That game is not a multiplayer game, so you wouldn't have the same sort of couch co-op experience where like a lot of enjoyment could come from.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know,
I don't.
But that's why I don't like to do
Yeah.
the apples to oranges
Never
comparisons.
really
there's
put
so
much-
much. There's nuance. There's too much nuance in it for me to
Yeah.
like doing that comparison.
Anyway, the greatest N64 game,
Uh
the best. The
yeah, mate.
Goat, the goat.
Yeah. Like I'm trying to think. Like, is there another N64 game I would hold over it? I don't think there is.
There's probably like ones of slightly different genres, maybe a GoldenEye or something.
Like GoldenEye's great.
Yeah.
Like GoldenEye's great, but like
But I mean,
Ocarina.
If you sit me down in front of an N64, the first thing that comes out of my mouth will be, "Have you got Ocarina?"
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like Ocarina for like the N64, like it's all Ocarina.
Or what did we used to call it? Orcarnia.
Yeah, Ocarina. Yeah.
Orcarnia of time, and we called that because at the time we didn't know that an ocarina was a thing.
Yeah, we
Because
had no
this
fucking
game
clue.
came out in 1998.
We
like
were
7.
10.
1989. Oh, it was 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was 9. No, wait. It was 8. No, wait. I was 9. I was 9. We got there in the end.
Mario 64 is a good contender, like, but I feel like I'd get more out of, for me personally, Zelda when it
Yeah.
comes to that stuff.
See, like I was playing Mario 64 a couple of days ago, actually, and like the new 64, the new. What was the last Mario game out? Odyssey.
Yeah.
Super Mario Odyssey. Gameplay wise, it's still pretty much just the same as Mario 64. There's not really that much extra stuff you do in it.
I mean, the hat stuff gives a nice like change.
I know, but that's
pace.
just a little. It's a little flavor on a core mechanic that is essentially the same that it's been since.
Yeah.
When
That's
did
fair. That's
Mario
fair.
64 come out? 90s? Was it 98 as well, or was it 96?
96, I think. I want to say it was 96
I
because it
think-
competed with the PS1, not the PS2.
I think it was 98. I think 98 was the year that the N64 came out.
Really?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Maybe. Kind of just. I'm trying to use my brain. It's not working. Anyway, I would put The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time down as probably my favorite game
Of all time, though?
Yeah, probably still. Yeah.
Okay.
I still think it's still as hard as it was. It's still fun. It's not too backtracky. It's responsible for a lot of action RPG archetypes now. Z targeting,
Mm-hmm.
fun 10 night cycles. Cool protagonists, good bad guys. Tense as all live and fuck.
Oh, jeez, don't
Good-
get you started
Good
on
boss
that.
fights. Yeah, that game's just my shit. Yeah.
It's a kind of extra stout. You don't really have to pour extra stout.
Oh, I'll be pouring it.
Why? You go ahead and do that.
They're
End of
all-
the day, this is not draft beer. I
That's
don't
true,
care.
yeah.
This is not draft Guinness.
Because they're all mine are downstairs, and I'll have to go get them at some point.
Yeah, like draft Guinness is like if it's a draft one, I'd be like, yeah, it goes in the fucking. But like a tinned one, like yeah, the reason why draft's better is because it traps all the gases and stuff when you're trapping the gas in the head when you're pouring it and stuff.
Oh, where's your wine? I got none. You
It's
got
like,
no wine?
where's the bottle of wine? Oh, I don't have any. But
We,
I didn't go out to the store today.
he
I
had
slept
it
all
on
day.
Thursday.
I did have it. I had a bottle I did have on Thursday, and then I didn't go out to the store today because I slept.
Like
I
we
just
all-
slept the whole day away.
Like we all should have.
I mean, I love sleeping the day away. Wish you could do it more often. Wish you get paid to do it, actually.
That's true.
Trying to wind down.
Oh, he's whining down, all right.
Oh my god, Mikey is coming in with those puns. Love it. But yeah,
Yeah.
like no Ocarina, like yeah, it's the prototypical foundation for modern day adventure games.
You give me Ocarina of Time. You give me GoldenEye. You give me. What else? No, I'm just thinking back through all the N64 games that I really liked. Mischief Makers was good crack. Lilac Wars.
Not
There was
bad.
a Star Fox 64. Sorry.
Yeah, like the last good Star Fox game.
Yeah. There is more, but they're the four that I can kind of think of off the top of my head. There was a couple. There was two Resident Evil games out on the N64. Which was
Yeah.
quite good.
Was it not
I
called
think-
Veronica? Or was it
No,
two?
it was not far yet.
It was two actually.
I think it was 1 and 2.
Yeah, it was 2 and
Yeah.
1.
Code Veronica was a PS2 game.
Yeah.
Yeah, good shit. It's something we actually still need to finish that on this stream. Do you remember we started it like
Yeah,
one
we lost the
weekend?
data. We'll have to
Yeah.
restart it all
We,
over
uh,
again.
We lost it. You know, I could probably grab like a save file from where we are because I think we had just got
We just done the Deku tree.
We-
like that. We done like the first bit. And that was it.
we had just become an adult and then we stopped because I remember doing so. Dude, I could get through those first.
Did we
three.
get Jub Jub?
Yeah.
I don't remember doing Jub Jub.
No, we got through those first 3 dungeons lickety splits on. I can
Oh
get
shit! Okay,
I can get through them in like fucking 2 hours.
man. You know what? The Force Temple still freaks me out.
For the fucking hands,
Yeah, the fucking. Oh, stop that.
the big
I
hands.
don't like that.
The hands and the hands were creepy, and then I can't remember what you call them. It's like the corpses that freeze you. In place,
Oh yeah,
and they're all like. Everything in the Shadow Temple was also horrifying. The Water Temple was scary, but for different reasons. Because it's shit.
Seen him down Guinness. Oh, I can down Guinness.
You can go down on a can of Guinness.
I
alright?
go down on a can of Guinness. Like,
Well, you go down on a pint of Guinness, not a can.
what's my fastest time? 6 seconds.
Oh, this your fastest time? I thought it was like 3 or something.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 6. I'll need to read. I haven't done it in a while.
I remember it was like
So I have two
like 6
records.
pints, but it was like I think maybe the seconds may have been a bit longer.
Oh no! My new record's 8.
Okay, so eight full pints
Yeah.
at about 6 or 7 seconds a pint or something like that.
Yeah, something like I think 6 seconds was my best time, like on speed of pint.
Yeah, yeah.
The
But
most
eight was the
most I
amount?
have downed in one night and still stewed and not vomited is 8.
Do you know like one of those videos you see online where it's like some guy like standing at a bar doing like 12 shots and then it immediately cuts to him being taken out in an ambulance? It's like that, but it would cut to like him sitting down eating a chip like an hour later. Just like whatever, just having this chip.
Just having this chip.
Just having this chip, and then I'm gonna go to bed.
Like I remember, I will say, like I think the last time I done it was at a Christmas do,
Right.
but I was also skiing.
What?
I'll let that land for you. I'm not gonna say.
Oh, I see. I was like, I didn't know you were on a ski trip, but I know what you mean now.
Yeah.
Those you were in Colombia.
Yeah. This is like 3 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I vaguely remember you telling me about this.
Yeah.
I think downing pints of Guinness is easier than drinking or than downing pints of water because Guinness is heavier than water, and you literally just can't help it from going.
Yeah,
It
like
essentially chokes its way down your throat.
well, yeah, here's the thing, right? So, Guinness is
It's
easier
just-
than a lager because, like what Tara said there,
It's thick water.
sorry, mine's turned off, turned it back on.
Oh, shit, we fucked up.
It's okay. 1 second.
Done it.
So I can do it.
Got
as well.
there.
So like what Tara said, it's not a carbonated drink. It's stout.
That's
it's so
true.
smooth.
Yep.
It goes down easy. I fucked up. I fucked up a guy at a wedding, right? So one guy at a wedding was like,
Came at him.
yeah, that didn't come at him.
Fucking
I didn't
fucked him
come
up.
at him, you know. I didn't like that there or shanked him. So he was acting big lad at a wedding, right? And I was like, well, I bet you I could down this pint of Guinness faster and easier than you could down that bottle of beer.
Right. And then you just had someone punch him in the back of the head.
No. I downed my can, not can, I guess it was a pint of Guinness. I said can, look at the can. I downed the pint of Guinness, and I beat him. And as he got halfway through the bottle of beer,
Yeah.
he started to choke and almost vomit because the problem is that
Gotta get that.
there is no air
No.
in the bottle. There's no circulation, so you cut off your airflow,
Yeah.
and also the gas ends up filling your stomach and making you want to vomit.
Yeah, downing beers is not fun.
No.
Like downing Guinness is slightly different because it's just like drinking a big pint of melted ice cream that gets you drunk,
Yeah.
which is nice.
So and then he's like, "How did you know?" I was like, and I explained it to him. He was like, "Oh," I was like, "Yeah." So, you know, it was friendly banter. Like no harm. The guy was a nice enough guy. but
Sounds
he
like
was
a bit of a wanker. Like,
he was having like one of those ones where people get drunk and they're like, "Oh, I'm so fucking good at this and I'm so good." I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna teach this," because he was about like 4 or 5 years younger. He was like, "Wait, I'm gonna teach it." I was like 27, or I was 25 at the time. I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna teach this guy a lesson," and I did.
You taught him a lesson by taking him out the back and fucking him.
I did fuck him right
Yeah.
up the ass.
He was like, after he got drunk from down in his one beer, you were like, I'll take you out the back and make sure you're all right. And then like 10 seconds later, it's just
Guinness boarded yourself.
it's fucking
Way to go. Too carbonated, yeah. Like it was funny because it was at the wedding, right? And it was up in this is another tangent, but it was up in.
Oh yeah, we're on like a 10-minute tangent here. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fine.
It was up in like the really nice like hotel / like reception towards the city. Not city, the Aldergrove Airport. The Here Weddings Company.
Yeah.
I can't remember the
I
name.
can't
off the top
remember
of
what
my
it's
head.
called either, but I can see the building in my head.
Yeah.
It's like it's like one level. It's like yellow with a red roof.
Yeah,
or whatever
yeah,
the fuck
and then
it
it's
is.
got like lots of like it's like got some hotel rooms at the back.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like reception rooms and
Belgrave or something.
Something.
Belgrade. No, I'm pretty sure that's a prison. Or
no,
something.
don't think it's Belgrade. But
Whatever.
yeah, so I ended up freaking out the bar staff there because what ended
Oh, we should have a running tangent count.
a
That'd
running
be pretty
tangent
good.
bit. So funny enough, right? I told the barman, like the guy in the barman, the night porter, the guy has to look after the fucking thing at night.
Yeah.
He's like the one guy, and it's like, I'm gonna make you work for this, because like, sir, you better have that bar open all night. He's like, the
That's-
bar is it open
You
all
know
night?
what? That's Tom's job in the hotel he works in.
Yeah.
He's like the night porter for
Yeah,
the people in the rooms and stuff.
yeah. It's like I'm gonna make you earn your wage.
You
sir."
get paid tonight, boy, because
Like-
I'm here.
He's like, what do you mean? He's like, well, I paid for a hotel room, and I don't plan on using. And
I'll open it up, have a wee look in every once in a while.
I put
just
my
come back
jacket
out
in
to
and
the
came
bar,
back down, sat there drinking rum all night. And then we had Belgians over for the wedding as well.
Yeah.
And the Belgians were like, they're big drinkers. Belgians are big drinkers.
Really? I never would have guessed that.
Yeah, I know, right? And they're like, they were doing that thing where they were having like one of everything, because they were like, oh, we're in Ireland, we gotta
Oh,
try all
yeah.
the spirits, we
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
try
yeah.
everything,
Yeah.
you know, because they're very good for
Never,
beers. but
never
not-
had whiskey before in my life.
No, but like
Oh.
they had like the range
Yeah,
of
yeah.
whiskeys and stuff was way better here compared to their range of beers, which is way better.
Yeah.
And they woke up at like 7:30, really hungover, like, oh, John, did you just wake up too? And I'm like, I haven't been in bed, mate.
Oh, I
just drinking a rum. It's
down there
it's like
with a wee-
they're like they're horrified, going, what do you mean you're not been to bed?
What's a good breakfast drink?
A breakfast drink?
Like you know, like you've been in the bar, you've been at the bar so long
Mm.
that you've been drinking, you know, like whatever all night, and then
Mhm.
suddenly something slightly brightly colored gets put down, and it's like a what do you call it, like a Bloody Mary or
oh,
a
here, no, a
mimosa.
screwdriver works, man.
Screwdriver,
Orange juice.
vodka and orange juice.
Orange juice.
And you can drink that in the morning, get away with that.
Yeah,
That's fine.
screwdriver, dude.
Irish coffee. There you
Irish
go.
coffee's good as well, yeah.
Abs 100% drink that in the morning, no problem.
Where's the best pint of Guinness you ever had, if you don't mind me asking?
I know at the time, I know when I drank it, I was like, this is the best pint of Guinness I've ever had, and I legitimately don't remember where it was from. It may have been the factory. No.
I haven't been to the factory,
No.
so I can't say the factory.
Shit.
You know what? You know what? There's great. Madden's was really good.
Madden's was good for a Guinness because like
good for Guinness, yeah.
you kind of feel like the Guinness you were getting from Madden's, it had been in the pumps for like 40 years, but in a good way.
Yeah, like
you,
it was
you
seasoned.
like you found some kind of like old stash of Guinness that
Yeah,
no
you
one
found-
else knew about, just
you
because
found
it
the
was
old
such.
country's recipe.
Yeah, because it was just like such a wee small out of the way bar. I mean, like it was definitely just the same Guinness that everywhere else had.
Yeah.
Like that's without a shadow of a doubt. But
They just
the
handled it better.
where you drink it
Yeah,
makes for a big difference. I can tell. I have.
I know what the worst one.
I know what the word. I have two places where I had the worst Guinness.
Right.
One was anywhere in Scotland. They do not know how to pour Guinness, and when we told them to pour Guinness, they were like, ugh. Like it was such an imposition for them to have to fucking do it right.
Do
And
you
then,
remember me?
Yeah, you went and done it. We were sitting in a. To be fair, we brought this on
Solid
ourselves.
Rock. Solid Rock bar.
No, this was in
Glasgow.
the Weatherspoons.
No, it was a Solid Rock bar in Bal. Remember, I stood and went, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Oh, that's right. Well, I thought we'd done that in the Weatherspoons.
There was a
as well.
Solid Rock downstairs. Remember they had like the wee pool area.
Yeah.
Yeah, Solid Rock.
Aye, the bar
Glasgow.
was upstairs though. I thought it was I could have swore it was the.
They had two bars. They had a wee small one in the pool room,
Yeah.
and then they had the main one upstairs. And I had the.
Yeah, you jump behind the bar and we're like. And then they tried to do it.
No. Stop it a second.
Hold on.
Stop it a
So
second.
yeah, and there you go. Yeah, so Scotland not great for Guinness, and then America is hopeless for Guinness.
Hopeless, really.
Hopeless. Like, here, can I get a Guinness? And then like a couple of minutes later, they just give you a can. Like they don't even attempt to pour a Guinness. Fuck that.
No, you
No.
don't do
They
that.
don't even like.
They
and
even
you know what?
have
They
a Guinness factory over there.
they
They're
charge
producing their own
they,
as well.
I know they did tell me it was from a can, but like they were charging like import Guinness prices. I was like, what's going on here? Like,
I'm sorry, but
Can.
they produce their own over there to save on import charges.
apparently the South African Guinness is supposed to be really good. 'Cause they're crazy.
They favor extra stout.
Yeah, they're crazy for it over there.
They are the second biggest Guinness drinkers in the world is South Africans,
Yeah.
but they specifically drink the
Yeah,
extra stout.
could you
not-
imagine? Could you imagine
not the
being?
draft.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, could you imagine being in South Africa and being like, I really need a gravy drink to drink. I need something the same consistency as a gravy, and not water.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't imagine ever wanting a Guinness
Yeah.
in like the sweltering fucking heat.
I mean, I'll
That'd
take a
be the
stout.
worst ever.
Extra stout's not
I
bad.
think exercise good
Extra
stuff.
stout's not bad. I can drink an extra
Um,
stout.
Yeah, there is something a wee bit different about getting a pint of Guinness just in a wee old pub.
Oh yeah,
there's
no,
just-
it's the old boy pubs though.
They just know what they're doing better than any other. Like, there's
That wasn't carbonated.
the odd fucking time Guinness extra stout is not. This is the I don't think. Yeah, this is not carbonated. You mad man?
That's not carbonated.
I don't know what fucking Guinness you're drinking.
Yeah, because like
I remember like there was a couple of times in Madden's when we went to get like a pint of Guinness. You would go up and be like, I get 2 Guinness, and they'd be like, right, you pay for it, and then like, don't worry, I'll bring it down when it's done.
I love
It'd be,
that.
like, it'd be like an hour later. Be like,
You're okay with it
like,
though.
what's going on with this Guinness? And then you look up at the bar, he's like, like they know it's not done yet. They're like, we'd fucking tell you.
It's
when
like,
it's done,
wait a second,
son.
this is a
we tell
unique
you, we tell you when it's done. I mean, they just forgot about it, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they bring it down. There's a wee extra one for you, lads. And you're
I
like,
know they give you the extra one. Just like here's one for the time you need to make up for, lads. You're like, sweethearts. They
That's
do
the
the great
best. That's the
stew.
best Guinness. Free Guinness.
They do a great stew as well.
They do a nice stew. We stew in a wee Guinness.
We stew in a wee Guinness, yeah. That's a good. Oh, that's actually a really good meal. We stew in a wee
We
Guinness.
stew in a wee Guinness. Or you can put the Guinness in the stew.
Oh, that's a good. Oh, I need to get your stew recipe
Yeah,
off you.
there's Guinness in that.
I need to get your stew recipe.
There's quite
I
a
keep
subs-
asking about
Yeah,
that.
there's quite a substantial amount of Guinness in that actually.
Then I'm all.
A lot of
I'm on
people
board.
put red wine in stew. Don't like red wine being in stew at all.
Yeah, Guinness may as well be stew in a pint. Yeah,
Aye.
I mean,
The best ones do. The best
Yeah.
ones are like without a doubt.
yeah.
Lovely. I want to.
But like, it's one of those ones where I'm done.
I was gonna say I want a Guinness now, but I've got a couple downstairs that I'm gonna go get at some point. I give you an or one. I'll take 2. You have
No,
an
no,
or one.
no. It's your alcohol. Jesus Christ, I'm happy with the water.
It's fine.
Oh,
Wait, we're supposed to be talking about games.
but we're supposed to be talking about games, yeah.
Yeah.
We got.
You go on to the next one. You can do this
Well,
one.
then the next one's we talked about we weren't going to go too far into the SmackDown games again, but I feel like we have to talk about
This
this
is
one a
just
little bit.
this is the top though.
This is the top. This is the one where like, we've said it before. Me and you spent one sleepover in 8 hours,
Yeah.
approximately, just going from like 2000 to 2012 in story mode career.
So fun.
And
So fun.
it's one of those ones where we literally were doing that trick where we held the tag titles.
Oh,
by
yeah, yeah.
Just you kept him with one guy. You threw the guy out of the ring, and
Yeah.
then I jumped off the.
You grab the legal man out of the ring and just hold him outside
Yeah.
until it gets counted
until he
out.
got a count out, and we
So
kept
you-
our tag titles so
Yeah.
easily the whole time.
You could you could win every tag fight in 13 seconds because as soon as the legal man is thrown out of the ring, you just fucking hold him.
It was one of those ones where we were tag champions for about 10 years straight.
Yeah,
Because we didn't even go for the tag titles initially. I think me and you went for
it just happened.
you went for the world title, and I went for the Intercontinental and European.
Yeah,
So I went for like the mid card titles. You went for the world
I
championship.
needed the glory.
And then and then we just randomly became the tag champions because it was just decided at one point we were going to be tag champions.
And then we never lost them,
Yeah, we never lost them.
even though we didn't want them. We were bogarting them from all the good tag titles. Just like that's fucking shit.
Sorry, what? If it's not carbonated, it's flat extra stout is definitely crisp, more like beer than the original Guinness.
I don't know.
Is there anything
I think at some point he drank a fizzy can of Guinness Extra Stout.
You know what?
and
I
that's
had a fizzy Guinness, and it was in a little place called Hope near Manchester in England,
it. Right.
and I
That sounds
swore.
horrifying.
Yeah, and I swore off drinking Guinness ever again.
Yeah.
You know, it was in fact one of the English lads goes, "I'm drinking Guinness too, lads," and he walks up, and like this is totally fine if you enjoy this, but I will tell you that I will never fucking drink it in my life. And he done the thing where he put he done the thing where he put the black currant cordial
Right.
in the Guinness, and I was like, get that away
I
from
don't
me.
mind that. I think I get like a wee half pint with that in it, and I think it just looks adorable because it's like a little half pint glass a little Guinness, and it's like purple. I'm like, ha ha ha, it's funny. But like, you know, you wouldn't eat, you know, you wouldn't.
But he
you
was
know.
doing that thing where he's like, I'm Irish just like you. And I'm like, no, you're fucking. He's like, no, you're fucking not.
Just get a fucking glass of Guinness thrown over your fucking face.
But like, it's one of those things where I wouldn't drink. It's like, if people enjoy it, that's fine. But like, it's specifically him. He's like, he walked over.
So
tried to,
sure,
so sure of himself. Tried to like act like he was a bit more Irish and stuff. And then he had that version. I'm like,
You should have just put a balaclava on
and
and beat the fuck out of him.
I just looked. I was like, why did you put that in? Do you like this? It's like, oh, you have original guests, but too harsh. I'm like, what? I was like, what?
Too harsh.
Yeah, it was too harsh.
Too harsh.
Original Guinness is too harsh.
A
for me.
pint of Guinness is like a wee nap. There's,
Yeah.
there's nothing harsh.
I
There's
don't know
nothing
why.
harsh about Guinness at all. Like,
No, I don't know why.
that's wild.
Yeah, no.
There was a bottle of Guinness in the States that was meant to be like a lager. Yeah, what was that? It was that.
there was Guinness Black Lager. Guinness Black Lager.
Guinness Black Lager was real good, and it just vanished.
Yeah,
Like
that
I think when we were 18, 19, that
we
came
loved
out.
it.
That
We
came out
drunk
for a
that
while.
stuff exclusively
That
for a while.
pretty much became all of our go-to drinks for a while.
We
Everyone
like
was
cleared
"Here,
out
get
that
that.
Asda every week.
Did you get that Guinness Black Lager?" And then one day it was just like, "Here, did you find any?" Nope. And we just never saw it again.
Yeah,
it never
was
came back.
really fucking good actually. This was like the start of Guinness like experimenting with their lager range
Yeah.
outside of the Harp.
Aye, that was such a shame. It was such a nice drink.
It was lovely. No
Yeah.
way we talked about we don't want to be an alcoholic podcast yesterday.
Well, we said we
I-
didn't want to be a whiskey podcast. Then we proceeded to talk about whiskey for half an hour. But I know a lot more about Guinness than I do about whiskey.
Yeah,
So
that's fair. That's fair. I just feel like
I think like if we done like a Guinness podcast, it would just be stories of us being drunk on Guinness, which we could probably fill.
I've been Guinness drunk quite a lot.
We could fill out a couple of podcasts on that at least. I think.
Remember there's that time I got. No, wait, I'm not gonna tell a story.
Don't say anything incriminating.
It wasn't me incriminating. It was someone else, which is why I don't mind incriminating myself. But I'm not gonna incriminate someone else.
Got you. It's smooth.
In fact, it was like it wouldn't even incriminate you. It would incriminate people that we haven't spoke to in some time,
Right.
despite growing up with.
They're lost because we're great.
Yeah. We should probably move on to the next game, which I think is probably your.
I would say my favorite Smash Bros game.
Right.
This is the one that funny. This is the second time we'll mention this tonight because this is the one the tournament was
Yeah.
destroyed for.
Yeah, which is
So that's
weird,
nice.
like weirdly coincidental.
Yeah. I mean, a good series. Definitely a good GameCube game. I think we wasted many a night.
Yeah.
Trying to get all the fucking characters and shit for Melee.
I think we did, with the exception of Master Hand.
Yeah, I think there was one or two like really, really super difficult ones that we didn't get. I think because by that point it had became like the original the N64 one was just like, we'll try this and see if it works as like a concept, and it didn't really go. They didn't put too much in it. It was just like, here's 8 characters. You can maybe get 1 or 2 more, and that's that. And then by the time fucking Melee came out, it was like, right, here's fucking 18 characters, and then you can unlock another 32 more or something like that. Like, oh dear God.
Remember that there were like things saying, remember you had to have the game on for 24 hours for Mewtwo? Jesus.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you could do that. I mean, like we definitely done that because we just had it on for more than 24 hours over the course of the time that we played that. But at that like when this came out, like our access to the internet or
Was
even just
limited.
it was limited, but even so much so like the knowledge that we had of what games could do in terms of like weird spooky shit like that, like keeping it on for 24 hours to unlock a character, or like going to a certain screen and hitting left a bunch of times will unlock something, or just like all these weird kind of crazy criteria that you had absolutely no way of knowing how to unlock it unless you specifically went looking for the
The weird
for the
MacGuffin
answers.
things.
Yeah, like they were fun. You can't really get away with that anymore because like as soon as someone figures it out, it's
So much
it-
news at this point.
yeah, it's
like, they
right
post
on.
news now sites.
there's 30,000 YouTube videos of someone doing it, or
Yeah.
tweets of there's someone doing that, and there's a wee spoiler.
We spoiler.
wee
Yeah.
spoiler inside someone's bumhole.
Mars Delights. Remember those?
I do not.
Never did I. I was hoping you would.
What are-
I have no idea what a Mars Delight is.
I don't know what a Mars Delight is. Is it like it sounds like an
It
Easter
sounds
egg,
like an ice cream.
like an ice cream bar? I'm gonna go with
Maybe.
ice cream bar. That's a complete guess. I don't know.
I've had Mars ice cream bars.
It sounds like it could be a sex act. It's like you all remember. Did you ever get a Mars Delight?
Oh really?
Yeah.
What would be a Mars Delight though if it was a sex act?
Right. Well, Mars is red, so it would have to involve something red, or maybe something like being, I don't know, being slapped until you're red
Okay.
and you're whole, and
Right.
then someone sticks something up your ass. There you go. That's a Mars delight. You get
You get spanked
you
to your
get
red
spanked.
raw and a Mars bar up your arse.
There you go. That's the one.
Oh,
you
there-
you're spanked until you're red raw, and then someone shoves a frozen Mars bar up your hole. And you have to
Nice.
leave it in there until it melts out.
Oh, blop.
Yeah. So it just looks like you've had a shit,
Just a big creamy
but it's not.
dab.
That's exactly what a Mars delight is.
It was like a Twix and a Mars bar had a baby biscuit. So does that go up your ass?
You could, yeah.
Okay.
Because Twixes are fairly like you can get there's a little
They're
bit
rigid
of
enough.
a little bit of a give on a Twix. You
Yeah.
can just and there you go. That's the sound of a Mars delight when someone slaps you and
That's
then puts the Twix up your asshole. Very unappetizing. Well, you're not meant
Yeah.
to eat it. You're meant to be sexually
I think
you
that's
know,
probably the part that's unappetizing. If
get
I'm
a
honest.
get a. Yeah, this is the kink tangent.
The kink tangent.
Tangent number 4.
Tangent number 4. Weird kinks. Mars delights are really where you put that. I had started eating ass.
You don't do that already? Oh, you're missing out.
I mean, there's a creed to live by.
Yeah.
Eat ass, smoke grass.
Eat us. Live in the grass. I don't know.
Live in the grass. Live in the grass. Live in the grass. Should we go on to the next game?
Eat ass and be homeless. There you go.
Eat ass, be home. Fucking hell. Next game. Should I take this one?
Well, this was one for both of us, but like, go
Yeah.
for it. Jedi Academy.
Probably one of the best lightsaber-based Star Wars games ever released.
Yeah, there's still like, there's a modern PC version of this. That
Yeah,
I say
they have
modern, like a not a remaster, but just like a
they updated the code.
new code and stuff.
Yeah.
Don't go into the long ass.
Eat smoke, ass grass. Think about that.
Eat smoke grass ass. Yeah, they all kind of make sense, one way or another.
But this was definitely like one of the best like lightsaber-based
Yeah,
Jedi games.
I mean, the funny thing is like if you go back and play it now, it is pretty much you hold in the attack button and your character just goes like until everything in front of you is dead.
but it had
But
that greatness.
But it looked cool. Like if you tapped the attack button enough, you would just start like.
but you got to give them some credit. They done that thing where like they had limb removal.
Yeah, that's true. You could cut people's like arms and legs off and shit. And
Yeah.
then if you were fighting like 4 or 5 guys, when you killed the last guy, it done that wee like slow motion.
Yeah,
camera
like
thing
a
where
full
it kinda
Matrix spin.
It went round them, and you were just like ah.
And you see the arm or the leg just go.
Yeah, it was good shit. Like being able to use like a bunch of different lightsabers and all was fun, and like the story was pretty decent as far as I remember. You were like, were you Cad Katan in it?
You were a Christmas. What was that Christmas?
You were a Christmas Jedi.
You were a Christmas Jedi. No, you were a custom made character, but you were trained by him, if I remember
Right.
correctly.
Okay. And then Luke turns up in
The very end.
the second one, I think he's in.
Oh, was he in Jedi Outcast?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't play Jedi Outcast so much as I played
Jedi
Academy.
Class was a lot more of a first-person shooter. Jaden, that's his name.
Jaden.
Well done.
So I played that.
You
one.
you could be like a boy, a girl, and then a bunch of different alien species.
Yeah. Quick question: what'd you go for, like setup wise? Single saber, double sabers, or double sided saber?
Oh, the last time I played it, I think it was like sometime earlier on the year. It was
Yeah.
2.
You went for I
Two.
went for like full berserker, full sabers. Yeah, I'd go for that.
And I was a
that seems
lady.
badass.
I was a lady Twi'lek, just like I am in my fantasies.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. What color?
Blue, like the Thrawn kind of blue.
Oh yeah. A little bit of, like. Do you have like some of the accenting with like some like say like stripes or anything?
No, just blue.
just
Plain
pure,
blue.
pure
with
blue.
the- with the
Okay.
things. With the things and the things.
The things and the things.
The things.
Yeah.
The two penises
Yeah.
and then the titties.
So you Hannah
It's the
Montana
kind of-
did. You had the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I had all of the both worlds.
What?
It's the Hannah Montana of Star Wars.
Another tangent. Know anyone good on guitar? We do.
We do, but
I'm not good on guitar.
you don't think a picture of you would look good on a guitar? I do.
Probably not.
Like,
One saber is enough for me. Hashtag monogamous.
he's a monogamous Jedi.
A monogamous Jedi.
I can see that. I think you could probably get away with playing Wonderwall.
I don't think I have the
Well, you don't have a guitar.
don't actually. Yeah.
Right, step one. Someone get him a guitar.
I don't think I would have the rhythm control for a guitar.
I mean, you did used to play guitar.
I played bass.
No, you didn't. You played guitar.
Bass.
You did not. Shaw played bass. You played
I had
guitar.
bass. I played bass for a while.
I do not remember that at all. I just remember playing guitar.
I have a picture of my bass on Facebook. How do you not know that?
Because the only person between all of us who had a bass was Shaw, and then he gave it away because he didn't like it.
I played bass in later years.
Yeah. Scum.
Sorry.
Bass is shite.
It's really not like.
Well, why you not still playing it then?
It's that mum and dad's house. Plus, like, if the walls are so thin as it is, could you imagine playing like the deepest?
It's called headphones, JP. Slap it to be
It's one of those ones. Yeah, it's called headphones, right? But like, something nice about hearing it coming out of the amp.
Whatever. It's called headphones. I mean, we do know people who are good at playing guitar, but
Yes.
it all depends on what you want.
Yeah, I mean, what's out of curiosity,
Alright.
what's the actual inquiry for Faradol? While we wait for him to inform us about that, there, should we jump on to the next one?
Do it.
It's Tony Hawk's Underground. which is
Underground.
probably the best, in my opinion, anyway. Tony Hawk game.
It had a fun, like, almost famous style story to it, which I appreciated.
Yeah.
Instead of it just being like a, go to a level and clear this. Like, they found like a pretty decent way of like having it all go through one, like, 12 levels, but with an actual story. But
Yeah.
like, the skating was still good and all in it.
I'm very driven by like objectives, and so when people give me, I get like the first games had their objectives,
Yeah.
but like I kind of like a story-based objective. you
Yeah,
know,
it was
like,
fun.
and that's what I really enjoyed about it. It's like, oh shit, I've got rankings to get to, and I've got this will give me like my better social standing and more equipment and stuff. Yeah, I
well, it
like
was
that
like,
shit.
he started off as like a shitty skater in like New
Yeah,
Jersey or
shitty
something
amateur,
like
yeah.
that. And then you became famous. Then that guy like Eric Sparrow was your mate. Then he became a big cunt. Fuck him.
Fuck him.
Fuck him.
Vardal, you should reach out to Mr. Coleman.
Hashtag Mr. Coleman.
He is a YouTuber who plays guitar
YouTube
and
Mr.
does
Coleman.
video game covers and stuff. He was also a guest on the lost episode of the podcast.
Yeah, unfortunately.
We'll get him back in though.
Fuck Eric Sparrow. Fucking fuck that bitch.
Fuck Eric Sparrow.
If you beat the game twice, you just fucking deck him.
Do you?
There's like the last level is you following him around the first level, but he's like, you have to pick this, you have to copy this epic line I'm gonna do. And to be fair, it's quite an epic line because it's very hard to do. It takes you like a good couple of tries to get it. But if you go back and do it again, if you replay the story again, like that cutscene at the start of the last level starts again. He's like, you have to fucking like do my epic line. Your character just fucking decks him, and you don't do the last level. He's like, well done. It's like
Didn't
deck
know
him and
that.
take your retape back.
It's like, fuck you, motherfucker.
It's good shit.
I like bass guitar, but I can't play for shit. But I own one. I feel like it's relatable. I feel like a lot of people love instruments, but don't necessarily they get the instrument, but don't maybe
Yeah.
follow it through to any great extent.
I have literally no
musical.
musical ability whatsoever in the slightest. I had a guitar at one point,
Mhm.
tried to play it for a year, maybe a year and a half, and just I couldn't even I didn't even know what a chord was, like even after the year. I was just like, it was probably a combination of like me not trying hard enough,
Yeah.
but also me just like obviously like some people can like just go near an instrument and you can just hear that they're going to be good, like right.
They
a
got
wee
a
bit of-
natural room.
Yeah, I have none of that. Absolutely fucking none of that. I also bought a keyboard and tried learning that, and then like a couple of like people I know who are musicians were like, "Well done, you picked the hardest instrument to play because there's so many keys." And I was like, and then that just completely decimated all.
Confidence.
Yeah, I was like, "Well, I'm putting this in the loft."
Fuck. It's simple. I like music, but I can't play instrument. But people who play instrument, hot.
It's true.
Yeah, that's true.
It's true.
True.
That's true.
I have a guitar, and Ocean's multi-talented here of musical ability.
Oh
Oh my god.
my.
Which actually does kind of bring us into the next game.
The only way I'll ever feel like a musician was rhythm games.
Was rhythm games for Rock Band?
To be fair, like it all started off in like a good. It was all innocent. It was all positive. Like yeah, just like come and play like or like do some shit. You know, like if your dream fucking be a rock star, or whatever. You know, fucking yada yada yada. And then it just became, you know, like oh here's another one. Give us more money. Here buy another guitar that you'll never fucking use again.
Activision EA'd it.
I mean, like EA also EA'd it with Rock Band. Like,
Yeah, sure.
Rock Band had just as many games as Guitar Hero did.
Yeah, but Activision started that trend, and then Harmonix was like, "Well, we're gone now for a different game."
Well, technically Harmonix started it with Amplitude.
Yeah,
but
like,
you didn't need a.
But like, no one was rushing out to play Amplitude.
They should have because it's great.
I know they should have, but they didn't.
Fucking cunts. But yeah, those games were like they were great crack. Like they remained great crack for a long time, and then it just started to be like, right, like I think by the time it was Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock, and then I think I would have been happy for them to like continue on with more, but like even at that point, there were some of the songs in it were not great. They were like, right, like for every game that came out, like the percentage of good songs went down slightly
Yeah,
to, you know, kind
mass
of
appeal
like
sort of thing after a
mediocre
while.
kind of shit. And then that new Guitar Hero was like there was maybe 2 good songs in it, but they were only in it for a certain period of time, and then they were taken off, and then they were replaced by, you know, One Direction songs or Justin Bieber songs or something like that. Like I just get the fuck out of here. Like I don't know why anyone would want to play any of this shit.
No, it was all fucking pure garble. Like,
But like, as far as I'm aware, Rock Band 4, which is the one that was out almost exactly the same time as that new Guitar Hero,
yeah,
no one bought it. No one saw a copy of it. No one played it. No one said anything about it. No one. It just came out and just
dispersed into the ether.
yeah. It dusted out. Like I've tried to find a copy of it, and like it's either ridiculously expensive or just not available because there was so few
Copies.
made. There was just like
Not
other-
even
like,
digital. No.
one or two. No digital copies of it. There's like 1 or 2 reviews of it that are just like, it's Rock Band again, and that was it. It was just the last anytime
Such a-
anyone heard of Rock Band. That was it.
Such a weird thing to not release it on digital.
Yeah, I suppose like you know you need the instruments and stuff for it, and like the guitars. I don't think any of the previous guitars worked for it
Oh, for fuck's sake.
because it was the only one that was out on the.
It was the only one that was out on the PS4. Whatever that
Why
whatever
the-
that particular Xbox was, so it needed new peripherals. But they were like, no, they didn't even advertise the game when it came out. It was just like, if anything, we're just gonna stealth release this.
They didn't even need to, like, I mean,
No,
surely it should have been like some sort of compatibility they could have done for
'cause
the
they were
fucking.
just, at that point they
older
were just
controllers.
USB.
Yeah, exactly. It
instruments.
wasn't like it was like proprietary sockets or anything. It was
Yeah.
just fucking USB
I
essentially.
don't know why they've done that. Being a bunch of dickheads.
Fucking idiots. Brings on to our last game on our replay.
A good game that people didn't give enough. People didn't
Inquisition was definitely the return to form.
people didn't care enough about it as far as I was concerned.
I feel like 2 did smash enough like confidence in the series.
Was there a Dragon Age 3 or is Inquisition 3?
Inquisition's free.
Right. I like 2. I never really
don't-
saw what the problem with 2 was.
I
to
don't
be honest.
mind 2, but when people played 1 and the vastness of 1
Yeah.
and the tactical nature of 1 and the way that 1 was so very like rooted in old school like fantasy RPG mechanics,
Well, the
and then 2 stripped it back to kind of like a hack and slash game.
the,
for
the
the
only
most
real
part.
the only real difference between like 1 and 2 that I can see that people were really angry about was the size. Like 2 was about half the size of 1.
And it was
people
also
were-
like very linear.
People were just like, where's the rest of the game? It's like, well, you're still getting the same game. There's just less places to go. Like, it really didn't bother me all that much. Like, I thought, like, instead of being, you know, like a faceless character, like the Grey Warden you were in the first one, I thought Hawk was a cool character. I thought it was a good idea to have the game be about one specific character. Because, like, you know, you can be a bit more involved with the story than just like, hey, you, what do you think of this? And then you're just standing there, like,
Stone faced.
not answering anything because it still rolled in like most of the same cast from the first one. Like Morgan and stuff turned up again. I'm pretty sure like even some of the cast from Inquisition were introduced in the second one, and they just rushed them in. Hawk was in Inquisition and stuff. He turned up briefly at some point in it. He wasn't a major character or anything, but he was in there.
No.
But like, yeah, people had a real problem with 2, and I never quite understood why. Like,
Again, I
Smaller
feel like
game, I guess,
the
expected.
basic ones I got was like the lack of like when I read back, it's like lack of tactical style play,
like the
and it was linear.
gameplay was like just as involved as the first one was, though. But you had to play it on the harder difficulty, though. You had to play it on like the hero or whatever it was, like the one where you had to like near enough stop the game at each fight and plan your shit. I mean, like, if you didn't do that, you can't complain that it wasn't as tactical as the first one, because it was. You just had to play it at the correct difficulty. Like, if you hit like medium, which I assume most game reviewers did, because they're, you know, morons. Like, it was just like, But you would have said the same thing about the first one. You could have just stabbed your way through the first one if you played it on an easy difficulty. So I don't know. I thought it was people just splitting hairs at that point.
Yeah, it was that, and like the complaints I because I did read into it. It's like commonly it's that and then linear. It's too linear.
There was a lot less open world in the second one, but at the same time, too much open world is just as bad.
Yeah, no, we went through this here before,
Yeah.
and like we have common complaints that like if you make a massive open world and fill it with nothing, it really doesn't
What's
mean
the point
anything.
of having a massive open world?
Yeah,
Because like the first one had like a bunch of like really good, like compelling like DLC areas and stuff as well, where it was like we're giving you an absolute reason to come back and play this, because they had the completely separate Darkspawn campaign. They had the Dragon Age, was it Awakenings? Was it called Awakenings?
it's a good
It
question.
was like a DLC campaign for the first one where it
oh yeah,
brought
Awakenings,
it,
yes.
yeah, it brought in like base building and stuff like that. And it was like
Yeah,
a
because
whole-
that was like its own like it was like as the war went on stuff.
yeah, they definitely put more into like the surrounding content for the first one. But you know, I like both for different reasons. I think the second one got shot on a wee bit too much, and it got shot on a wee bit too much, that it made there was way too much of a gap between 2 and 3 as well. There was like a 2 year
years.
gap between 1 and 2. There was like a 9-year gap between 2 and
It was,
Inquisition.
and also at this point as well, I think there's also like
A console cycle as well.
eroded confidence in BioWare after Mass Effect 3.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe they were like, right, we need to leave this for a wee bit before people start liking us again.
Yeah.
But like, I wasted fucking 80-90 hours on Inquisition. I say wasted, I enjoyed like 80-90 hours on Inquisition and all the DLC as well, and it was
Yeah.
great. It was I look forward to the eventual sequel, whenever that will be. I don't
Mhm.
fucking know. Even that's been years at this point.
Mikey saying gameplay was definitely better in the second, but the silent protagonist structure of the first worked well considered all the background characters and info.
Yeah, that's true. They had all the you had like 8 or 9 separate intros and all in the first game.
And they very much like defined.
They did help, but it was like, you know, a half an hour for each. Just like you get a very fucking help.
It's a beer for you, dude.
Too much cider. You get like
Oh,
a very
cider,
basic intro, and then you're all launched into the same point. But I mean, like, people definitely appreciated the intro for every species or every kind of type of character or whatever it was. Like, you know, if you were born into nobility, or if you were like an elf or something like that, you had to stop a bunch of elves being raped or something.
Yeah, they played really heavily into the race
But like elves being like subhuman and stuff. Yeah. But like, yeah.
But that's
I like,
good. That's good high fantasy. I like that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like you know, people getting raped.
No,
but
you don't like rape.
But I like the fact that they put a lot of like effort into like the sort of
like, you were
pseudo
literally stopping.
political nature
you
of
were the
like the
ones-
landscape depending on race.
You were the one stopping the rape in the game, which is why
Yeah.
you're the protagonist. Fucking
Yeah.
stop that. No R-apes in here.
No titular ape.
No titular apes in this fucking game.
Yeah.
The game of life,
The game of life.
hopefully.
Are we on to our next segment?
We are.
Oh my god,
I'm going to I want to go get more alcohol.
that's fine.
Do I hit multiplayer and then
Yeah.
the next one? Who's going to come up first, me or you? Or both?
I took it on the feed that you sent me it in.
I can't remember who I sent first.
You put through my list first, and then
Tell you what, I'll leave it off, and then I'll go.
Yeah, it's fine. Go.
What I want people to see them.
Yeah, it's fine.
Pay attention. We'll be right back.
Well, he'll be right back. I'm
You stay here.
I'm still here for a minute. He's just grabbing a brew. He just sounded like you're grabbing a tea.
Want a cup of tea?
No, I'm good. I've no milk at the minute. I need to go to the shop to get some milk for that. Otherwise, I would take a wee brew. But guys, we're going to be bringing back our next segment is give me head to head. But obviously we have pit 5 games against each other, or not 5 games, 5 pairs. So we have 10 games in total for each person to pick between. Obviously, you want to get me and him very, very specifically tried in some of these cases to make it really hard on each other, because we tried to kind of like go into our memories of what we like for each other and pit things that are very close to each other against each other. So this one's definitely going to be it's going to be hard for us, because it's one of those ones where it's like, oh my god, I have to really pick between that and that. So it's going to be interesting. After last week's head-to-head, I'm nervous. I mean, it's the pains on video games, right? Should make you too nervous. But yeah, I sent him, because we had to. It was one of those things where like we obviously have to see each other's list because before we even go live, because we had to put it onto the fucking OBS and stuff. And he did call me a bit of a dick, John. But John, definitely 0 before Kiwami. I stand by that. Like, I stand by that totally. 0 before Kiwami. I don't care what state I'm in, sober or drunk. That will always be my stance. But yeah, he did call me a bastard because I did pit 2 games against each other that he loves, and he's done it for me as well. But he did call me a bit of a bastard yesterday for doing that. I was like, oh yeah, this is kind of like the name of the game. So it's gonna be interesting to see. I'm keen to see on it. Did I ever play Wet? I don't think I ever played Wet. No. Is that the one where like it was the cover with the girl wearing like the red top and like the brown leather jacket, and she had like 2 guns, and it was like an action like third person shooter? I'm near like in my head that's what I'm remembering from that name. It was like a PS2 game. I played like Astros. I played like the Astros Playroom thing. Faradol. I haven't played any like big games on it yet. So tomorrow I'll be streaming Assassin's Creed on it. Yes, very good, but very quick. Is that the one that kind of like done the weird Matrix mechanics where like the kind of selling point on it was kind of like the bullet time effect of like the slowdown and all the shooting and all of that jazz? I'm near sure that was kind of a thing for a while when it came to these third person games. Just popping in booty first.
Booty first, then.
Oh, I see what you done with the glass. You made that boy Chile. You made that a Chilean. Oh, thank you very much, dude. You're taking the advice given yesterday, yeah?
It's a Chilean sea bass.
It's a Chilean sea bass.
Nah, don't bother playing 0 before Kiwami. It's fine.
Nonsense, but we're not going to get into that again.
You do whatever you want. Do you ever play Wet? I remember Wet.
Yeah, like I that one caught me off guard as well. It's like the third-person shooter with the girl with the red top.
Ruby. I think her name was.
Was that the one that like? Yeah.
It was Elijah. It was Elijah Dushku, I think, done the voice for.
Really?
I think so. It was a celebrity anyway, like, but.
I knew it was kind of like a one that was like third-person shooters that was kind of in the time when like bullet time was amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well,
hey, honey, guess what?
It was like acrobatics and shit.
I'm being asked to guess them. What?
Hey, honey, what's up? We're guessing.
We're guessing.
What we're guessing.
What we're guessing? It was indeed. Yeah, it was like a time when like bullet time effects. Tries to guess.
Was it Elijah Dushku? Or am I just saying? Try it. We have to try to guess.
Try to guess.
We're all having a drink.
We're all having a drink. Polar bears are awesome.
Yeah. That's not really a guess, though. That's a fact.
Yeah, but you got to guess if it's the right fact.
You got to guess.
You're drunk? No, you don't drink.
Won the lottery.
Yeah, did you win the lottery?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's what I'm going for.
Did you have a sweet sandwich?
Good sandwich.
Yeah, good sandwich. Put you in a good mood, like.
That's true.
I mean, like, you're sitting there hungry and then someone hands you a pretty tasteful sandwich. Hint. Right? What's the hint? We love it both. Polar bears? I mean, I love polar bears.
Anal?
Aye.
So I was thinking of something we love.
There's a mouse between you. There's a mouse between yous. Watch out. A mouse? Oh. So confused by it.
That was quality, Mikey. Well done.
Hey, Sri. How you doing, dude? Cock a best cock. We do love cock. Yeah.
That's true.
I do love cock. I was looking back there. I was thinking like, Senpai Solrock.
You turned round. Like you turned round. See, like
we got a glow in the dark. Like Senpai Solrock is conjuring mystical power.
Yeah, Senpai Solrock is different colors this week. Look at this.
We like accidentally discovered.
We found out how to work it up. Nani? Is it something?
Nani?
Is it something
Yakuza
related?
Yakuza, yeah.
She beat 7. She beat Yakuza 7.
Did she beat Yakuza? She was playing the Yakuza games. I did get the PS5. It's just right
it's
there.
It's slightly off screen.
It's off screen. We would lift it over, but it's plugged in, and
I couldn't be
the
bothered.
capture on that is really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been noticing like I have to restart the OBS to get the sound to sync sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You got like a dragon. Oh, I'm holding off. I'm getting the PS5 version of it, but
I'm playing.
He's playing it at the minute.
I'm playing Like a Dragon at the minute. It may be. I'd say at this point it might be the second best Yakuza.
What's the first one in your opinion?
6.
That's the one I still have to get onto. I'm on 4 at the minute. I'm making my way up there. I've made a promise that I'm not going to play Like a Dragon myself until I finish Kiryu's storyline. You know what I need though, like, because now we're talking about now we're in a Yakuza
Yeah,
tangent.
the best Yakuza game is actually Judgment.
I was gonna say I need another Judgment game. I need another Judgment game.
Oh, I would take 6 over 0 any day.
I think I'd take 1 over 0. I think I'd take 1 over 0 just because like, there's just stuff that happens in one. It's like,
See, at this point, I think in all the Yakuza games, the story is essentially as good as it is in every other game. So the only thing that really changes per game is like the ease of life improvements that happen through the games, lack of loading screens, being able to like walk into like shops without having to stop and go in.
I feel like
side games, the amount of side quests, the weird other like systems and stuff the game has got. By the time you get to 6, they've got all that shit worked out to such a fine fucking tune that you're just always going. You never stop.
I feel like 1 I love so much, but I love it because of 0, because the story of Nishiki in 1 is so enhanced by how he is in 0, and then when you get to 1, it like going for everything you did with 0, and then when you get to 1, I felt like my heartstrings were pulled at times by the incidents with Nishiki.
Yeah, I'll never get that though because I played 1 so long ago that I 1 exists to me without any of the context of 0, so I really don't care at this point. I'm just as far as the Yakuza games have literally just got better as they went along.
I feel like they haven't got worse. I feel like they've definitely hit like this point where even like 3 hasn't got worse. It just feels more of the great state.
Yeah, they all have great stories, and then the only thing that gets better is the gameplay improvements.
I felt like the 3 was weird because it didn't feel as violent as 2, which was interesting. I felt like they maybe brought the violence down in 3 a little bit, like definitely in the heat moves.
Yeah.
So like I was looking at this status, like I remember like these heat actions being way more violent.
Yeah, well, also like the fighting system is changing like almost every game.
Yeah.
But like by 5 and 6, or well, like by 6 Judgment, and then that's what you wouldn't really count. Well, by 5, 6 and Judgment, I suppose they had worked out the fighting system that they didn't really need to keep fucking with it so much, and then they were like, right, let's just make an entirely new fighting system for Like Dragon.
Judgment's so good though. I would play another Judgment.
Yeah,
I'm hoping the reason why they went turn-based with Like a Dragon.
Yeah, is so they can start separating them out, maybe.
Yeah, so like they can continue Judgment with that gameplay style, and then have Like a Dragon with its own gameplay style, and they can release those games.
Well, see, like
and not worry about it being too same.
Judgment seems like the series now that will continue on in Kamurocho.
Yeah.
And Like a Dragon can maybe start going, or Yakuza can now start maybe going to other cities around Japan or whatever for its story.
Like 3 goes into not Satonbori, because that was actually 0 went to Satonbori.
Well, I know they all have like their wee sub areas, but they all ultimately end up
in
as Kamurocho being the main city.
Still.
Because 6 is like pretty evenly split between Kamurocho and Hiroshima, but it's still mostly Kamurocho. Like you're always going back and forth between the two.
Yeah.
So I think that will always be, because it's not like for the majority of people who have played more than one game, like if you say go to a street, you'll know where it is. Like you won't even need to look at the map or anything, just because it's been like the same area so much, but they just keep pumping more into it. That's great.
When we say 6, it sounds like sex, and I'm like, nutty. So apparently those guys don't have a PS, so they've only been able to play up to 2 because of the Xbox stuff only has up to 2, and PC only has up to 2, Kwame essentially, which is a shame. Like if you ever get a chance to play those games, obviously,
I hope the waifu choice carries over for Judgment 2.
That was funny.
I'm pretty sure I just dated everybody you could in that game.
I hard committed fast because I didn't like the idea of being a slut.
I was a big slut in that game. It's just like, because I remember I'd done it with I can't remember who the first girl was that it gives you the option to date, but it gets to the point where they're like, we're not going out. and you just never hear from them again for the rest of the game. Like that's it. That's done.
Yeah.
And you can just go date someone else. So I just kept dating everyone who come up in the games. Like I'm gonna fucking date you. I'm gonna fucking date you. I'm gonna date all you. Date all you bitches. And they all loved it.
Just got a harem.
And I was respectful. Respectful to all of them.
Respectful in the sense that you cheated on
Yeah.
all of them.
They
but
all knew. They all knew what was going on. It's a big group. They loved it.
Fair enough.
They all loved it.
Should we move on to give me head to head?
Here, mate, would you give me head to head? Ciao.
Bam. We can go whatever order you want to go in.
So, do you want to rock, paper, scissors? See who goes first?
yeah, sure.
Right. Is it winner goes first?
Best
or
of
lo-
3, isn't it?
Is it the winner goes first or the loser goes first?
Winner picks.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, and then go.
1, 2, 3, then go. You go on go, don't go on free. Go
Yeah,
is
okay.
what you- yeah.
Okay. So the 4 technically.
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, fuck's sake. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, go. I need one. You. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. One each. 1, 2, 3.
Wait, let's take our room again.
1, 2, 3, go. Oh, fuck's sake. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. Ah! Right. Is it? You're on 2. I'm on 1.
Yeah,
You're
I
on
think
2.
so.
I'm on right. 1.
One,
two,
no, wait. One,
1.
1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go.
2 each. Right. Next one.
1, 2, 3, go.
Right. You win. There you go.
You go first.
Okay. Sweet. Do I have to do yours first?
No. You get the. You
I have to
you
pick
have
first?
You have to pick first. So the first one I've set up for you is
Oh shit! What if it was just the loser has to give the other one head, and that's what head to head is?
we didn't.
Oh,
we,
shit.
that was always
We're
the.
gonna
that-
we'll keep that for the OnlyFans stream.
yeah.
That's for the midnight show.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to pick between Wind Waker and Ocarina, and then tell me why.
What if do people know the context of this? Do you think?
Yeah. So basically, guys, we pit. Explained it. So we pit 2 games against each other that we have to essentially definitively pick.
Yeah.
Between the 2, you've picked a pair of 10 for me, or a pair of 5. Sorry, of 10 different choices. It's so hard to word that, and I've done the same for you. We have to pick what would win on either side.
Right. Okay.
So first one, Wind Waker or Ocarina of Time,
I
and
mean-
which one and why.
It's Ocarina of Time. Like,
You called me a bastard for that one.
I know,
though.
but like, I knew it was going. Like, whatever you put, that could have been like, having Tara sit on my face versus Ocarina of Time, and I'm still gonna have to pick Ocarina of Time. Like, whatever was going up against that was losing.
That's okay.
Like, Wind Waker is definitely the second best Zelda game, like without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, I just one was not a video game. Your example didn't include one video game.
Well, I'm just saying that's how much I would pick Ocarina of Time.
Look what you've done. You've upset.
I'm
you upset
sorry.
your chat.
I'm sorry, Tara. Also, Mikey's also very upset at that for some reason. Wind Waker is not one of the worst. I don't understand that.
You're sitting like
I'll. It's all right. I'm bigger than she is. I'll just get into bed first. She's not gonna be able to throw me out.
I mean, you never know. You might just come home to an N64 setup with an Ocarina of Time in there.
That'd be pretty great. Like, I don't know where she's got this N64 from, but like, cause mine's in my parents' house.
Oh, well, I didn't know that.
Shoved in an attic somewhere, I think
That's
in the cupboard or something somewhere.
That's fair enough.
yeah,
This
yeah.
next one, Melee versus Ultimate.
Which one is Ultimate again?
Ultimate is the one for the one you're currently playing.
The Switch
on.
one?
The Switch.
Melee.
Melee?
Ultimate has virtually no personality to it, as far as I'm concerned. It's just modern Nintendo. They've just shoved everyone in, and it's like, whatever. Really, it's fine. Like, I was playing through it there for a while, and then I remember I was playing it in bed.
Hmm.
I was like, right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and I came back. And I was like, right, I'll play it tomorrow, and then I just literally just never went back to it again. Like, it's just sitting in the case in the room. It's not a good game. I still find playing stuff
With the
this
Joy-Cons?
was just awful. It's
I had the
Horrible.
bonus of a Pro controller when I was playing it, which made things ultimately way
a pro controller would be nice, but I still think at this point, like, there's such a weird, like, Ultimate has turned into, like, it's such a weird thing now. Like, it's not a fighting game, but it is a fighting game, but it's like,
I disliked the amount of effort you had to go through to unlock all the characters.
that wasn't great either. Like, just how you have to do all these, like, really weird modes that I just had almost no interesting. Melee really just came down to if you're good at the game, you can have fun at being good at the game, and you'll unlock things just as you go.
Yeah.
And Melee is like, or Ultimate's like, oh, you need to turn your switch on and put it upside down and leave the room and shout in, and then go into a photo mode and take a photo of Peach's asshole and set on Kirby's face or something. I don't know, just all this weird shit that I don't really care about anymore. And people also do think that it's a fighting game, which it's not a fighting game. It's like I don't know what it is. It's like an arena action game or
Arena
something.
brawler?
Arena brawler. It's not really a fighting game.
No, I feel like there's definitely nuance there, but like,
I
but
would
it's
say,
it's
yeah.
not as new. Like, let's put it this way: you're not talking about the nuanced nature of fighting games of like Tekken versus Street Fighter.
Between those
like,
two, I would say Melee is still even like mechanically a better game than Ultimate is, because Ultimate has terrible controls and the Wii or the Switch is awful for controls.
Plus, I feel like at this point, like Smash Bros. Not even talking about the news we talked about earlier, but this year's not been great for news on that game. Considering this year also highlighted the nonce fucking goddamn side of Smash Bros. Where like the Smash Pro scene was just
Oh yeah, a bunch of like pedos or something.
full of fucking nonsense.
Yeah, weird fucking shit going on with like pros like grooming
kids,
new players and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was very odd. It was like,
Like they had like a house, and the pros, because pros do this, but like they'll do pro houses where like
you
they
come
live
here
together
and,
and then train together and all that
together,
jazz.
yeah.
And one of
It's
these
classed as a-
houses
yeah.
was a bit of a nonce factory. It's probably the interesting way to put it.
that's odd. Yeah, you
Yeah.
wouldn't have got that with Melee. You would have got a bunch of like sweaty neckbeards just arguing over, which version of Ike is better or something like that. Which
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. It's classed as a party game, right? That makes sense because it's not a fighting game; it's a party game. Yeah, in that case, you could say Mario Party is a fighting game. Because I mean, let's be honest, a lot of fights have started over.
That's like Monopoly, yeah. That's
Yeah,
like, that,
Mario
that's
Party.
Monopoly's going to
how
cut.
many people? Oh my, that was harsh.
That was very harsh.
That was harsh. That was also really loud.
I thought I turned that down.
You didn't turn that down enough.
I could have swore I turned that down. Why is it back up?
Yeah, that bit alert was like, it was longer than the rest of the by
I
quite
swore that was turned down. I
quite
turned
a-
that down
quite a-
last time we done it. We had
that was
happen.
louder by quite a larger amount. Like, it's like,
I mean, like Tom got his fun out of it
it's
though.
like, was that just someone out in the hall playing a tin whistle? Like,
I
well
could have
done,
swore
Tom.
we like, because I remember last time it was quite loud. I was like, we're going to turn that down.
but like, doesn't every time you restart the thing, doesn't it sound?
To be fair, we've had some fucking issues last wee while, so it doesn't surprise me. We're
Yeah.
fucking more in
Tom,
the
see if
fuck-
we try to upload this and that gets us DMCA'd by whoever owns Titanic, I'm gonna be very cross.
I plan on exporting this to YouTube and then deleting it, so that if people want to watch the VODs, they'll have to go to our YouTube channel.
Okay, we don't have a YouTube channel. We talking about.
I mean, if they'll check below the player and check the player versus player YouTube link,
Don't ever do that. There's naughty content down there.
don't do that. Don't
Don't
see
do it.
those. Don't see that exclusive concept.
Don't-
The content of just us and Nips.
Don't go look at our Twitter and our Facebook.
Don't go look.
Don't go look at our Facebook because
'Cause we don't have one.
Because we don't have one. Because Facebook's for old people. Don't look at our Twitter and don't look at our YouTube and don't look at my DMs.
Don't. Whoa. Okay, you can. What?
I'll draw you game characters.
Right.
Fucking other game characters.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
It's an interesting
So
side
it's like
hustle.
the ice climbers, like double teaming like Donkey Kong.
Mallet in the ass.
One in the ass, one in the mouth.
Oh, that's
Like
aggressive.
the big side, the big end.
Yeah,
of
that's
the
what I was
big end
thinking.
of
That's
both hands,
aggressive.
Not like the stick.
Oh,
like
I wasn't. No, I was like
the
full
wide.
pancaking them. You know.
I mean, like if it's gonna, if anyone can take it, it'd be Donkey Kong. Like
Yeah, true. He's got a big butt, like badonkadonk.
big hole. He
Badon-
uses his tie to choke himself.
Fair
That's-
enough. He is known as Badonkey Kong. Like
But Donkey Kong, that's straight. That's a straight fact that he uses his tie to choke himself.
he's a what is that like autoerotic asphyxiation?
Diddy Kong isn't actually his. Diddy Kong is his nephew. As in, like he got him at like a twink club. He was like,
yeah.
called him, Diddy Kong called him daddy. He was like, oh
No.
and then there you go. That's
This got really
ball font on. Let's
ta-
move on. Yeah. So
what's-
far, these have been like, you picked two of my favorite games to put against two games that I'm kind of fine with.
So I wanted to choose a GTA ones, and I think this is like the GTA ones where you last had fun with GTA games.
Yeah. GTA 3 or GTA Vice City, hands down, unequivocally GTA 3.
Interesting.
I have no love for the 80s aesthetic whatsoever. I don't like. I mean, like that game is essentially just like molded entirely around Scarface. I fucking detest that film.
You've never expressed this opinion to
I
me.
hate Scarface so much. I've tried, like, up until a certain point, I just never watched it, and then I watched it, and the whole time I was just like,
You just didn't understand what the hype was.
it was just so long. It was so long and boring and just, oh man,
Well, I think the next one's will at least be a little bit more challenging.
GTA 3 and GTA San Andreas would have been a harder choice.
I've never heard you speak an opinion on San Andreas.
I like San Andreas more than I like Vice City.
So this
I
is
like
the thing.
I like Vice City at the time. At the time when it came out,
Yeah.
it was like it has a great soundtrack. Didn't really like the protagonist as much.
Tommy Vercetti.
Tommy Vercetti. He was alright, but like in retrospect, I would not play Vice City now, but I would play 3 without a shadow of a doubt because it's like it's the game we all literally grew up on.
Yeah. See, this is the thing. Like, I mean, like, there's some things like I've known you for as long as I've known you, but I've never heard you express some opinions on things. So
Yeah.
for this part of this is kind of like me going,
Okay,
I'll get an opinion off some of this.
I'm gonna fucking
Because anytime we talk about GTA, we're always talking about like the terrible nature of Rockstar at the minute and how GTA 5 has
That's
ruined
true,
the
yeah.
industry. We never talk about your opinion on the
well,
older
they were,
ones.
you know, entirely different teams at that stage. It was all,
Yeah,
it's all. This was GTA 3 and Vice City and San Andreas. I think maybe were all when they were still an English company, and then was it DMA or whatever, and then they were
Yeah.
just creamed on by Rockstar
Yeah.
for
So,
4.
but that's the thing. Like when we always talk about it, it always comes down to like that conversation rather than one of like what was the ones you enjoyed.
Why I hate Rockstar this week? It's like,
Yeah. No, but
here's this dev they worked to death.
yeah, but this is the thing. So we always go that direction with it. I thought it'd be interesting
Yeah.
to try and get like a side opinion on something that you did like when from a time.
Yeah, I mean, like, I suppose it's like, as far as like gameplay goes, GTA Vice City and GTA 3 were pretty much essentially the same game, right?
Yeah, the differences came in more of like the weapons. So like there's
Yeah.
some different weapons that obviously had different properties across the games. And then also there was the whole thing in Vice City with the real estate. So that brought in the real estate idea with the earnable incomes and whatnot.
Yeah. No, like, I mean, at the time, I definitely like Vice City, but I've definitely soured on it as the years have went past because I don't care. I'm not all for the infatuation that people have with the 80s. So I'd take GTA 3 any day because it's still a good game and it's still very relatable in the time that it takes place in and all the characters in it. Or Cloud Speedman.
Just saw the graphics PS5. Holy crap! Yeah, they're fucking good. I watched a comparison finding of the two Spider-Man. It's like really, is this going to look all that different? It's like, oh no, your lighting.
I
Is
mean,
so much
it's
better
all
in
just
5.
it's all reflections and ray tracing. Whatever.
The lighting's better and the textures definitely look better as well. I looked at a comparison. It's like, oh shit, you can actually see like the individual sort of like fabric on the costumes better.
Yeah.
in
I mean,
5
no,
and
well,
stuff. And
More so to do with the lighting than anything else because the lighting engines are
Better.
they're revealing more detail, but like their PS5's big thing so far is all the ray tracing. Like, you can see things being reflected in real time. It's like that doesn't really add much to the game, but okay.
it looks nicer though.
No, it's
It's just it's aesthetically prettier to look at.
I can never read Daytona and not think of Randy Daytona. That was Disney. Did you ever watch Balls of Fury?
No, weird enough. That's the one with
Competitive ping pong movie?
is that what it was? Was that the one with Andy Samberg?
No, that is. Are you thinking of Hot Rod, where he's like the stunt guy?
Don't know. I didn't watch that ever.
No, okay. Balls of Fury is your guy Dan Fogel, who was in. Do you ever watch Fanboys?
No.
Fuck's sake.
Remember you're talking to me here.
Right. Have you ever watched any of the Fantastic Beasts movie? Because at least
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
news. Do you know the guy, the fat sidekick?
Yeah.
Him. He's in a movie with like Maggie Q and Christopher Walken and
Fuck Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken's in it. Yeah, it's like an old Asian man, which is you heard that right. Yeah. Terry Crews pops in it and stuff. It's like it's very like it's like a Naked Gun movie, but it's about a ping pong tournament.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's pretty good. It's pretty funny. Like it has horrible reviews, but I think it's just because like this is really stupid, but it's actually
Oh.
quite funny.
Okay.
So yeah. But,
One of those ones.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Would you like to see a retro game from GTA? Oh yeah, like the Bird's Eye GTA games.
I would play one of those. Yeah. Like
I
the
don't
last one they
know.
did was Chinatown Wars.
Yeah, have we moved on from that? Because I mean, at the point, like at the time that they were out,
I feel like
die. I don't feel like my ears are going to jump out of my head.
yeah, that felt more appropriate.
It feels certainly more sexy in here now.
It got incredibly more sexy in here.
Like at the time when GTA 1 and 2 and London and stuff were out, you didn't have anything to compare it to. You weren't like, oh, if only this was a you know, like fully realized 3D world.
Yeah,
And like I remember even like playing it at the time, I was like, yeah, it's fun. Like but it was still, its shortcomings were like evident almost immediately. You were like, you go too fast, you literally can't see what's coming on the screen because you run out of it. You're like, whoa.
Oof.
So yeah,
Like
I
I
don't know.
was
I mean, if someone done it well enough, I would definitely have a go at one. Like,
there was Retro City Rampage. It kind of had like an homage to it, and that was released about maybe 6 years ago
right,
on PC, maybe 7.
Yeah, even that's far enough ago.
But
Like,
but like that was the last one I could think they actually tried to do a game like that.
yeah.
And it was good, but it was kind of like a mashup. Like Retro City Rampage was like its core hub world was very GTA, but then you would go into like little missions, and the missions were like homages of older games. So like you would have like a Contra level, and you would have like Battletoads style level. Like it was like little homage things.
He really wants you to listen to Bon Jovi.
I'm not going to do it.
Can we sing Bon Jovi to each other? I don't really know enough words to sing a Bon Jovi tune.
You really think I'd do that?
Da da. No, that's Seed. I'm just gonna start
Oh
singing.
yeah,
Let's go start singing "Kiss from a Rose." There.
I
That's
mean,
not
like
right.
I'll give you a feature Love Paradise.
I
Like,
want it. Do
don't.
it. Oh, I can't even remember the tune now.
Just don't. Just don't.
It's all the same.
Yeah, you're gonna get killed.
YouTube's gonna come and they're gonna shout at us.
Yeah.
The lawyers are gonna come and they're gonna get us.
Always gonna come. But we'll go on to our next one for
Yeah,
you, which
sorry.
I feel like this might be a little bit more of a tougher choice for you.
Yeah.
MK Free Ultimate versus MK11.
I would probably pick MK11 just because I'm better at it.
Okay.
I was horrifically bad at MK3, the Ultimate MK3. I was just, you pounded the life out of me, and then we played MK3, and I was bad at it.
I like how you set that up.
Yeah. It was a good game, but I was not good at it. I couldn't get like the aggressor combos or something.
It was
what
pretty much like sprinting combos.
yeah, it was like you have to do like a 12 or 14 button input combos just to get like
Dial-a combo, I think was
Yeah.
the exact term. Dial-a
to
combo.
like for Smoke or Noob Saibot to just beat the life out of anyone.
Oh,
who
you
was
could do
on
it.
screen.
Everyone had a
Yeah.
dial-a combo. It's just I
You picked him.
I picked Noob because
Yeah.
because Noob had this thing where I could hit you with
he done the fucking
I could do the smoke, which would
The
disable
teleport
your
thing?
ability to do any moves.
yeah.
Then I would do a dial combo, and then when you flew with the dial combo, then I would literally teleport
teleports
warp and
behind you?
grabbed you. And when he does that, he would grab you, teleport you with him, and then slam him on the ground.
That's right. Yeah, I remember that.
And then finish him like an uppercut. Like
Yeah.
I had a bit of a
bit
rhythm
of a
go-
thing, yeah.
Yeah.
A spammy thing. I don't know.
It's not spammy. I literally didn't do the same move over and over again. I just managed to
Well.
create a fucking combo sequence. Like
spammy.
it's not my fault. You didn't block or jump.
Spam the combo. No, I would pick. I think I would pick MK11 just because. Yeah, you have to appreciate the effort that goes into those games. They're just so good looking. They're ridiculously
good looking. The support
and
form's
they
great.
still play really, really well,
Mm.
and I'm quite good at them. So,
Fair.
I'll take MK11.
Okay, well, this one I picked for very obvious reasons.
Yeah.
You are designing a game
It's
based around these two games
I know.
fundamentally, and I want you to pick like these are two very classic arcade
yeah,
racers
yeah.
that Redshift Chase is literally architecturally built on,
Yeah,
and we have Daytona versus Sega Rally. Again, two games from the same company technically. I believe Sega
Yeah.
did make both.
yeah. I think Sega was the publisher. No, actually, yeah, because it was an arcade. It was an arcade cabinet that Sega made for Daytona.
Yeah.
It would have to be Daytona, just for the song alone.
I was gonna say, was it just that Daytona?
Daytona, let's go away,
Let's
let's
go
go
away.
away. When we always thought it was what's it gonna be. I
Yeah.
always thought it was what's it gonna be.
Yeah,
It's
because like it was like so like horribly.
it's like Daytona. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Like Rolling Star.
Rolling Start.
I would think Daytona just had they both play incredibly well, but I think Daytona just had a wee bit more style to it.
Yeah, like I mean, Sega Rally was just kind of like the off-road version of Daytona.
Yeah, but
essentially.
it was very, kind of like, we're gonna try and like kind of rope in some like rally fans who may have a passing interest in playing games into this, but it also controlled unfathomably well. Like it was
unfathomable.
as far as actual like decent PS1 racers went. Well, Sega Rally was out on a bunch of stuff actually, but the PS1 version I think of it was just like, it still has like probably the best like drifting rally racing controls that any game has ever had. Like Daytona USA doesn't actually control all that well. It's a bit like, you're always kind of just being dragged forward, and you're just trying to keep up with the fact that you're being dragged forward.
Yeah, it's kind of perpetual motion.
Yeah.
Let's see you
And-
handle it.
And Sega Rally just controlled really, really well. But come on, like it's Daytona. It's Daytona. Yeah, it's a
Daytona.
hell of a way. Like,
Hey, LE2 clip where you can weld it.
can you read that?
It's
It's like the worst shade of blue.
Yeah, it's a very dark blue on chat. We're doing a segment here called Give Me Head to Head, where each host has to try and force the other host to pick between two games.
Two games that they really like.
Yeah.
It's like you have two children, and you gotta
Pick
shoot
your
one of
favorite.
Yeah, you gotta shoot one of your children. It's the Sophie's choice of game picking.
Jesus. But yeah, no. Some of them were a bit harder. I was
Yeah.
expecting more.
Or pushback on one or two of them.
I was expecting a bit more wince on the Windmaker and Ocarina because you speak so highly.
I like both.
Of
I do
them.
like both of them, but you've picked literally my favorite game versus a game that I'm quite partial to when it comes to Zelda games. So
Thank you very much
I
for
know
the
what
follow.
that is now.
You know what it is now. You finally understand what Fenton is. Fenton is my spirit animal.
A dog that just doesn't listen to people.
A dog that doesn't listen to people and
That's your spirit
chases
animal.
deer into the traffic.
Woo! It's good shit.
Yeah.
Right, it's your turn. It's your turn, my boy. I made this much harder on you than you made it on me.
You really
You
did.
lowballed me in there. You give me a nice little fucking
I
like.
gave you, yeah.
But
Oh.
yeah, right. I think I started with maybe what I would consider the worst one for you. Actually, you know what? They're all kind of bad.
They're all
for
really
you.
kind of bad,
Right.
actually.
So, Street Fighter 2 Turbo or Alpha 3?
oh.
See, we pulled this one on Little last week, and he went for the classic. But I know you like Alpha 3 because the only
so
reason I know about Alpha 3 is because of you.
Alpha Free is so good because that brings in like a lot of the characters and the systems that kind of
Much better fighting mechanics.
Yeah, they bring in a lot of the mechanics that kind of make up like 4, what make 4 so good.
But
But
is the-
2's
Is the classic nostalgia going to win you over?
Oh,
If I sat-
see, if you had said like 2, see, if you had like said Champions Edition,
Yeah.
I would have went Alpha, but
Because
you
there's
put
not quite
Turbo in there.
there's not quite as much in the Championship Edition.
You went for Turbo.
If I put both of them down in front of you right now, which one are you playing first?
I'm playing Turbo. I'm
Oh
playing.
my god! I thought you were going to go for Alpha.
I'm gonna play Turbo.
Oh my! Oh lord! Oh lord!
I want to play Turbo just because like Alpha can be a bit fucky with some characters because of the systems in it, especially with when you're building your meters.
Like Q,
Yeah,
he's a real piece of shit.
where Turbo is like fighting games at its purest. That was too well.
That was well
timed.
timed.
That was
I thought someone else was in the chat there. Like what?
that was so well done. They literally faked to stay home to play Street Fighter. See, like,
I'm
Tara
so
knows the
proud. I'm so
practice.
proud of you, Tara. Love you.
No worries, have a good one, Vardo. But yeah, like, 2 Turbo, man. Like,
So
there's
you're just going for your
it's mis-
that. Yeah, that was JonTron. What?
Yeah, what?
So you're going for your first love then? Your
yeah, my
fight-
first love, man. It's like it's my first love.
The best version of 2 versus the best version of 3. Because I think 3 may have also had a championship edition. Alpha 3, I think it had like
Everyone's had a
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they've all like. I mean, the purest in you if you're playing free is just go arcade edition. Like,
yeah.
arcade editions. Like, I think that's what they play at
At
Evo.
the tournament ones.
Yeah, I think that's the one they play at Evo. Is just arcade edition. But that's because they. So when they do the fighting game tournaments, they are very specific on the balancing and the mechanics. So like certain hit percentages, range frames, all that stuff. In tournament in 2, when you play a tournament, a lot of tournaments will not allow the use of Akuma because Akuma has I think a damage modifier of like 150% compared to like most other characters. Now the trade-off is that he's also got a damage intake
Yeah,
of an extra
can't take as many
50% or
hits,
something
yeah,
like that,
yeah.
so he can't take as many hits. But it's one of those ones where he has like a ridiculous damage increase, and it's a very unbalanced
fair,
counter.
though. Like if you take half as many hits but you did twice as much damage, that's up to you. Like,
I think they don't do it because of the chip damage. So when you're doing chip damage and you're doing blocks and you still take
Oh, yeah,
damage
that's
for
true.
chip damage,
Yeah.
that modifier kind of
okay.
unfairly
right,
offsets.
So you picked 2 turbo, right? On to the next one. This is the one I thought was a wee bit too close for the both of us, but it's the options are different. Ocarina of Time or Breath of the Wild.
It's, you know what? It's Ocarina. Like that one's kind of the easier one.
Really?
And
I thought you were pretty big
I
on
like
Breath of the Wild.
right, so, don't get me wrong. I like Breath of the Wild,
Yeah.
but there's too many things in Breath of the Wild that I
Don't
won't
like.
remove.
Right. Okay.
Right? Like I love Breath of the Wild for the looks. I love the dungeons. I love the way that they've like got a really great narrative in there, in the sense that like there's a lot of history and they talk about that history and steep that history. Like when you go look for it, there's a lot of history in there.
Jesus, did we play different games?
But I hate the fact that I can walk for literally 10 minutes across an empty field
And run into
and
nothing.
run into nothing.
Yeah.
Like run into fuck all.
Yeah.
Like I've went through this before. Can I try it?
Hold on, you maybe fucking. There we go. Lovely stuff.
But like, and people say, oh, but the shrines, like fuck off. It's
Fuck
a
off.
puzzle.
Fuck off the shrines. Fuck off with the shrines.
Fuck off with the shrines. There's like 400 of them across the world.
Yeah.
Like you only need so many to get the Master Sword.
400 boring rooms.
Like it's just like there's some of them that are interesting. It's great, but like honestly, there's like 4 towns. They are literally in like 4 opposite corners of the fucking world. There is literally the castle in the middle, and then surrounded by barren waste and bullshit. It's like this is what we said earlier. If you're going to create an open world game,
Put something
make
in
it feel alive.
Yeah.
Right? Make it feel alive. And for large stretches of that game, that world does not feel alive.
Got nothing. You know how I feel about the game. I fucking hated it. I hated every minute of it, and I finished it, and I would never play it again.
And as someone who loves Zelda, I think it's so strange that the Master Sword's an optional thing.
yeah, it's a weak ass optional sword. Like, thanks but no thanks.
It's great. Like at least I have a weapon I don't have to worry about. Like because I fucking hate that durability
Yeah.
system.
Sure, but
If I could remove one thing from it, and I would think it would be ultimately more interesting or fun to
Yeah.
play. Fucking durability system. Get it in the bin. Get that in the fucking bin right
get
now.
rid of that stamina system too.
The stamina system doesn't bother me as much, right?
don't like it
You
either.
get high enough level, you do enough like you do enough the shrines.
No,
You can build up that stamina. It's not that big of an issue. But
Shouldn't need to in the first place.
maybe, but I find that durability system the most
Yeah, it was also
egregious.
useless,
The
like,
most egregious
It was
thing.
like someone in that dev team had to go with Dark Souls or something like that, and they were like, "Oh, I like that."
It's like, yeah, we're gonna like put this like fucking like durability system. It's like the fuck. This is Zelda. You remember what Zelda
Yeah.
is, right?
A fun action adventure game.
It's like, what the
Not
fuck is this? I don't want.
management
Oh,
system
sorry. Did my
game.
fucking weapon break mid fight? Okay, well I guess I'll move to this other weapon. Okay, did that break mid fight? Cool. Well, I guess I'll go to this other one. Oh, did that break mid fight? Oh, I guess I'll go to this. Oh no, I ran out of weapons because they all broke mid fight.
And I run about with like a stick or something.
Yeah, it's like, and then you get the Master Sword and it's fine, but
It's
it
just
recharges.
shit. It's not even good in the
It
game.
recharges, which is at least
Yeah.
gives you the comfort that you will have a weapon again at some point. But
Can
like,
I bring
no,
more Guinness up?
you give me one. That was the problem.
Yeah, where did the other one go?
I don't know.
2, 3. Shit, I left the other one downstairs. Right, this will be. I guess it's gonna be a tough one for you. I guess it's gonna be a tough one because
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel overall about both individual games. Deadly Premonition 1 versus Deadly Premonition 2.
So I went through both of these games this year. I started the year with.
So you played the better version of the first one though?
Yeah. I played the one with the least amount of bugs.
Yeah. It still had bugs, just less.
Just less. There's still a lot of bugs in there.
Yeah.
It's still full of like.
Right. 1 or 2.
I'm trying to replay the. I'm trying to replay. Give me a time. I don't know what that is. Like I don't know how fast you're going through this. Stop it. Stop that right now. I'm not, no, but like 1 or 2. So right, I'm trying to remember the events of those games in my head.
Can you just remember which one you even had like more fun with? That'd be the one I would go for.
You don't have fun with those games.
They do. They're like a kitschy kind of weird fun. They're ultimately very lighthearted games.
They're lighthearted games, but let's be honest, the gameplay is not winning awards.
That's true. But I remember sitting through a fair amount of 2 and being like, right, come on, let's fucking wrap this up here. Like there was a lot of it that was just But there's a lot of 2 to me that just seemed like it was pointless conversations.
I could say the same for 1 as well.
I guess it didn't bother me so much when I was in 1 because it was like a new experience.
Yeah.
But like at that time, you were like, right, you done this before earlier on the same year. Like,
I think I'd have to give it, honestly, to 1.
I knew you were gonna go for
I give it to 1. You want to know why?
because you can drive.
I feel like it was a beautiful mistake where 2 knew what it was trying to do.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment. Like they tried to recapture that, like we fucked this up the first time, but in an endearing way, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which is very hard to do.
Like, they're like the first one I'll still remember, like the standout moment of the first game is literally in like the opening like minute, and you're driving, and the car swerves off the road, and the squirrel makes a chimpanzee noise.
That's right. Yeah, that's all you really need to know.
That set up the whole game for me. It's like,
It's like
why did that squirrel make a chimpanzee noise?
prepare to have some weird shit happen to you over the course of this game.
It's like that set everything up. Like, it's like, I mean, again, at that point, like they clearly did not have a squirrel noise, and they just put in
So
whatever.
we're like, what if we got what animals do we have? It was like, this kind of sounds like a squirrel if you don't know
So,
what a squirrel sounds like.
But like, it was like a chimpanzee, and like it was confirmed it was definitively a chimpanzee. It wasn't like they just like altered audio to accidentally sound like a chimpanzee. Nah, they just got audio of a chimpanzee and put it over a squirrel, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Why the fucking hell not?
That, and then they also had like this great conversation. So the introduction to York, and it's the most baffling but beautiful like conversation in the world. He's talking about, yeah, but he's asking for it, you know, like Tom has very specific needs, and going through all this here, it's like, yeah, so and so is not so like he's not doing you know, he's hurting him, but like Tom is asking for it, and then the conversation gets to the point where you realize that he's talking about the BDSM relationship between Tom and Jerry.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sitting there kind of like going,
It's like,
did they just legit talk about the pseudo like fucking kinky nature of a children's cartoon
Like,
from
that's
the
not-
fucking
It's not,
70s?
it's not where I thought this was gonna go, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
So you would pick 1. All right. Yakuza 0 versus Judgment. At this point, that's like a prequel versus a brand new entry
Yeah.
in a slightly different story, I suppose.
They're so like this is harder because they're 2 different protagonists as well.
Yeah. You have 8 seconds. 8, 7. You know the rest.
0.
No, I haven't got 0 yet.
No, I picked 0.
3, 2.
Yakuza 0.
Right. Okay.
Yakuza 0. Reason why is that Squirrel was just hyped for Funky Monkey Fright. Fuck's sake, Mila. Saw that commenter, sorry. Yeah, the reason I picked 0 is because 0 is really great about setting up a lot of stuff in relation to that universe, which obviously I love Yagame and I love the series of Judgment, but there's a reason why I want a sequel. It's because we haven't got enough of them yet, where I experienced a lot of Kiryu and a lot of
Why are you
Majima.
booing me? I'm right.
What?
Why are you booing me? I'm right.
I'm not booing you. I'm not booing you. But like, so yes, Yagame, yeah, is great. But like, Yakuza 0, like you see a side of Majima in 0, you see nowhere else in that series. And
That's true.
and it really makes you like understand why Majima is the way he is.
Because he is one eye.
No. Not that there. I mean, he does have one eye. But, like, it makes you understand why Majima is, like, so deranged as he is, because he's, like, it shows you, like, the man's emotionally, scarred from the stuff that happens in 0, as well as the stuff before it, and it gives you great context. And then you also have that Nikiishi plot build in 0, that when you get the 1, like, it hits you like a truck. Like, you're kind of like, I can't believe all this has happened. How could he do all this?
That's why he's such a fucking creepy nightmare man. With his fucking.
Yeah, he's really like by the time like 1 rolls around, and like there's like 10 years gap
Yeah.
between like in game what happens, but like the events of 0 and how Nikiishi is in 0, and then how Nikiishi evolved into what he is in 1. It's like, Heart is the same person. Like, you can see Heart's the same person, but like you can almost feel Kiryu's like sort of conflicted.
They were bros, bruh.
It's like there is it's conflicted sort of nature to how he's dealing with Nikki
Yeah.
Ishii, if you know, and that hits harder
Okay.
for it, you know.
Suppose like if I had put like Yakuza 0 versus like Kiwami 1 or something.
Kiwami 1 probably
Yeah.
would have won over Yakuza 0,
Right.
purely because like the story and that the Nikki Ishii thing is so strong.
The anal.
Yeah, 2's great though. 2's great. Those games like kind of have been consistently great. Like
Yeah.
they've all like reached a standard and they've not dropped. They're all brilliant. They all hit that like gold standard, but they're hitting for different reasons. But they don't drop below the standard. If you know what I mean. For Zero Kiwami, Kiwami's side content sucks in comparison. Yeah, but like
I would
Yeah.
agree with that.
I mean that comes down to the fact that Kiwami is just a
Yeah, there wasn't-
remaster of a game
there
from like
wasn't-
1998 or
There
something like.
wasn't much. The first Yakuza was out in like 2009 or something.
No, was it not a PS2 game?
No, it was PS3. The Yakuza was a PS3 season or series for like.
Really, I thought Yakuza 1 was
No, no.
PS2.
No, God, no.
Because
PS,
like,
the first.
the first Yakuza had an English dub, and guess who played Majima?
Who?
Mark
Ma-
Hamill.
Oh my. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yakuza 1, 2, and 3 were PS3 games.
Yeah, I thought they were. I thought like
That's why
I thought Yakuza 1 was like the tail end of PS2.
it could have been. Maybe it had like 2 versions or something.
Yeah, because I thought it was like 4, 5, 4, 3, 4, 5 were the PS3 games.
They're old anyway. That's what we'll.
Yeah.
We'll stick with
I
that.
mean, you could teach a BDSM queen how to do her jobs.
That's
you
true.
could, you could, yeah.
You can't do that. That's good.
Zero
stuff.
has the benefits from being made in like 2016.
Yeah, it has, like,
no.
They had the forefront of like, this is what we're doing now in these games, so we can go back and put more shit in.
Yeah.
When Kiwami 1 and 2 was just like, we only had this stuff available in the game at this time.
Yeah.
We can't change too much of it. Right, your last one, Super Smash Bros. The N64 one versus Power Stone.
I hate you. You actually really have made this hard for me.
Yeah.
I hate you. Oh, you know what? Melee's better than 1, so I'm gonna have to go with Power Stone. Power Stone, man. Have a good podcast like that, but no worries, not so good. No worries, there. Have a good one.
We're going to bed in a minute as well.
Yeah, we are going to bed in the
It's
minute.
the third section is just us rimming each
In
other.
bed.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely Power Stone. I mean, it's the Dreamcast sort of.
It's your Dreamcast game, as far as I remember, is like
Yeah.
Sonic Adventure or Power Stone. It's like,
Yeah.
let's, play both of them.
Yeah, like those two games. Like if like I had a Dreamcast, I could pick 2 games. It's Sonic Adventure, and it's Power Stone.
Yeah, Power Stone 1 or 2.
Power Stone 2. Power Stone 2 has like a more robust campaign to it, a lot more sort of like crazy levels with a lot more dynamic,
It has basically
obstacles and stuff.
What you get with the sequel, I guess. Which
Yeah.
is the first game and then more.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah, it's good.
Power Stone was good shit though. I like Power Stone.
It was good shit. That's just dumb head to head.
I think we've learned more. We've learned something about ourselves.
Yeah, we actually have a little
This
bit.
week.
Yeah, but we got to position a question to the chat though.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Really?
No.
I think we want the chat to give us a bit of head to head.
I would like to get head from the chat. Wait. What?
So we're going to talk about getting user submissions for head to head going forward, because obviously we kind of know each other enough to kind of pick. Oh my way.
Oh.
Jesus.
Oh my.
Oh my. But we got like user submissions. Get your pants down, lads. We could like sit here and do this every week, and it would probably be easy for us to pit each other. Where
because
I feel like
we know what we like, and eventually we'll run out of like
Comparisons to make.
Comparisons to make. But
where
if you,
I feel like if the chat could give us like
like 10 games that we wouldn't even think of, but at the same time be like, oh fuck, I have played that, or I've played both of them,
yeah.
and I don't know what one to pick.
So what I want to do is I want to encourage the chat, if they going forward is like, you know what, it doesn't have to be a full rack of 10. Even if you get a few comparisons, fire to them us on Twitter. Like tweet at the PVS podcast on Twitter,
fucking tweet me, mate.
or DM them, give us your suggestions,
Yeah.
or like any other place that you see our social media over.
Discord or whatever.
Yeah, Discord, all that jazz.
Yeah.
We got a player versus player section.
If I
of the
don't have
podcast.
at least
on
one
Discord.
DM by the end of the night on our player versus player podcast Twitter, I'll be very upset.
But like over the course of the week, guys, and going forward, we would like to see people's suggestions, and then we can go through them. We'll take our own opinions on them and give our answers to them, because I think it's a good way to kind of like hit up all the socials. Yeah,
Hit up those socials, boy.
hit up all the socials. But it's time to go for the next one. We got skippable cutscene. I need to set it up though.
You do?
It'll take me
We're
2
slightly
seconds.
far away from the table, but your keyboard's right there. So
Yeah,
that
yeah.
doesn't-
I
that
just need to
doesn't
move this thing to like here.
matter. I want so many DMs that our Twitter thinks that we're like
It thinks we're some sort of spam bot.
some kind of like spam account
Yeah.
because of all these hot nudes.
We're not asking for that.
No, don't DM us any hot nudes.
No, don't be doing that.
Don't do that. I'm gonna get my last drink.
You want to get your last drink? You're going to shimmy on it. I'm going to get this ready, guys. So we're getting ready for skippable cutscene.
So uncomfortable.
Yeah. Have you done that thing where you've raised it too low so your legs are getting cramped? Do you want to like lift the chair up a little bit when you Oh, is it? Yeah, I need to get new chairs. There's no two ways about that. I need to get new chairs. That's like on the purchase list for me to get another chair by the like sometime at the start of next year. Try and get more comfortable chairs in here. But yeah, where the hell did I put that video file? Oh, I remember now. It closed because it was a dickhead. That's not the exact reason why it closed, but it was a dickhead. No, you pause, you piece of shit. But yeah, we got skippable cutscenes now. If you don't accept nudes, will you beige cream mochas? Just like tablets of like beige and mocha. Yeah, just send us like color palettes. That's cool. We'll take color palettes. Yeah, I'm up for that. Love a wee color palette. But yeah, actually, I just pause the music. I'll put it back on until he comes up. I have Bluetooth headphones and they keep kind of sputtering a little bit. Really fucking annoying. You find yourself, sir? Yes, I've made that joke before and it never gets. You're fine. That joke works. So we're just going to get literally color palettes sent us, specifically like beige, cream, mocha.
Wait, what's going on?
Well, you're asking about nudes, so we were talking about like send us like beige, cream, mocha, color
Give
palettes.
me all like the skin tones.
Skin tones, yeah.
I want your beige, your nude skin tones.
Yeah.
Oh, give me one. Minuto.
Minuto.
You give me 1 minuto.
Okay, so I need you to hit the screen on screen, so it'll be like the third button over. Yeah, my thing has done that thing again where you know what it does?
Oh,
That.
fuck.
Bam.
That's fun.
That was fun. Remember to refresh. Yeah, refresh the chat, guys. We're about to go into. We're about to. Hey, Rosie, how was you? Hope you're keeping well.
What's your boy Rosie
It's
coming
your
right
boy
in?
Rosie coming in
right
just here. Well, guys, it's time for skippable cutscene. Remember, we'll give you 10 seconds or so, 15, 20 seconds to refresh your chat. Refresh the window. Sorry, your video window. We're about to skip through some cutscenes. Y'all ready for this?
We're a bit of a housekeeping note from last week, I guess. Last week, for in terms of people guessing from last week, I think last week may have been like
Super difficult.
It was too difficult, as in like I think maybe 3 or 4 cutscenes went unguessed.
Yeah, which was like crazy.
including the one that was meant to be, like the difficult one.
For the difficult one, we can understand if it's not
like
answered.
it's fine. If no one understands, if no one gets the difficult one, that's fine. But like even the ones that we thought were going to be simple
Ended up not being simple.
ended up not being simple. So like I would consider this week being, if anything, we've kind of flopped and went the complete opposite way. As in most of these are absolutely fucking easy as fuck. And if you've never looked at a game before, you should be able to know like at least. I'd say how many?
I think this one's gonna be a race. We got 10 still.
Yeah. So
this is gonna be a race to who can get the answer in fastest.
Yeah, I'd say like out of the 10 of these, most people who have never even played a game will probably be able to answer 9 of them, 8 or 9 of them.
I would say yeah, comfortably.
And,
8 or
it's,
9.
and at this point, it's literally whoever DMs us first is gonna win because like most of them are balls easy. Like
Yeah, we're gonna get ready to start it up here.
should we do like a little countdown?
Well, I mean, we're gonna go in. Now we got people to refresh their players.
1, 0,
I'm going.
-1.
It's doing that thing again, yeah. Nice, cut that a little bit. I mean, this one should be maybe. We got an answer. We got 2 answers in. Let's
Got nothing.
let's go. But let's check our answer. We got 2 answers in so far. Oh shit! We
That's
got 2 right
that's
answers.
2 correct answers.
We got 2 correct answers in. So already bringing the fucking thunder here.
Bring the thunder.
Bringing the thunder.
I don't even like this franchise.
Oh, sorry, Rosie. You got the wrong answer.
Rosie, if no one else gives it, you can have the 3rd place comment.
We got to cycle free again though. We cycle free 3 times.
Yeah.
Give everyone again. Could do that, like. Video be longer, yeah, but yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
So there's a bit of a clue there when the second Sonic appears.
The one on the right is far more adorable. Stuff, he's so cute. I keep him as a pet.
You keep him as a pet.
Keep him as a pet.
My answers are only guesses. That's fine. That's
It's a
fine.
good guess though.
That was a good guess, but you were just slightly out of.
Right, I think I think she might be the 3rd answer because that was the 3rd time. So we'll put her in.
We'll
3rd.
give her a point for it. It was actually close. It
Yeah.
was actually close, but
It
we'll give her
was
a point.
Sonic Generations, the best Sonic game that no one played. for
It's
some
the best
reason.
Sonic game released, like post 2008.
Yeah, it was a 360 PS3 game, and like 9 people played it, which
Yeah.
was a real shame.
Real shame. But let's go into our next one for skippable cutscene.
Have most certainly
I feel like
survived.
this one should.
Jacinto now stands as the last bastion of humanity. A final, desperate defense
answer.
in the face of impossible
One
odds.
right answer. Let's see. Got 2 answers. Are both of them right? Dean, wrong answer, sir. Sadly, close, but no cigar, my friend. If you want to try and take another crack at it.
Very, very close. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink, indeed.
Oh,
Have most certainly survived.
I mean, Tom was
you're not.
Tom was close, but just nowhere near.
You're not
Jacinto
wrong,
now
but you're also not
stands
100%
as the
right
last
either.
bastion of humanity.
I was second.
A final, desperate defense.
Dean's got it
in the
now.
face of
It looks like I got a
impossible
feeling this
odds.
round's gonna be like Dean, or this night's gonna be Dean and Ocean trading blows, because they both came in like. So they both switched position there for a second. One got the first one right, and the other one got the first one right. This will be our last time going for it, guys.
If no one else gets it,
Have most certainly
Yeah.
survived.
technically you got right.
Jacinto now stands
He was
as
in
the
the
last
realms of it.
bastion
He was in
of
the right
humanity.
He was
A
running
final, desperate defense in the face of impossible
For anyone coming in,
odds.
you need to whisper me the answers, by the way. So that's a free times. We'll give it a few seconds. Never played this game.
How'd you know what it was then, you madman?
I guess he reevaluated his
Yeah.
answer after the first one was wrong.
It was Warcraft Ascension. That's right.
It was Warcraft.
it's the
So
new
how
War-
did you
it's the
know
new
it was
Warcraft one.
Warcraft Ascension?
Do this stupid headphone thing again.
That's cool. You happy for me to go for the next cutscene, or you want me to wait? Are we awarding Tom the next? Oh, we got he's came through with an answer. Oh, he came through with the right answer as well, so we can legitimately award him the actual answer or the points.
Yep, there you go. I'm on again.
Look at that, Tom coming back with the right answer.
Tom coming in with the sexy guess.
It's the harshest guess.
He is a harsh guest.
Yeah.
I think he was supposed to say guess, but that's fine.
This one I think is going to be the one that me and you were kind of like, yeah, they'll know it, but they'll also
They'll know the game. They'll know the character, maybe not the specific.
yeah. We got an answer in, and it is not right. Dean, you're sadly wrong. We've got Dean, you're wrong on both occasions there.
We've got one right answer though.
Yes, we got one right answer. We got 2 right answers.
Got 2 right answers.
We got 2 right answers. I'm going to need to pause while I record.
Just pause that bad boy.
I need to pause while I record the answers. God damn.
Who got that one right?
So far, we had Ocean coming in with the right answer again first, and then Volgari second.
Ooh.
Oh, we got another answer coming through. Who's our third answer? Sadly, no, Rosie. It was not that. Oh my God, are we gonna rid? Oh no, it's a sub. Sorry, JC coming in with that hot sub. Sorry, I've changed up some of the alerts and I can't remember what it is.
Love you, JC.
I've changed the alert signs for
So we won't get
copyright
sued.
reasons and stuff. So thank
So
you very
we won't
much.
Get sued.
So we don't get sued. Oh fuck! Thank you very, very much though, JC. Love your face.
Lovely face.
Lovely, lovely face. So who was the answer? No, it's not that one, Rosie. Oh, Dean came in finally with the right answer. Dean came in with the right answer.
Fuck. Is that Tom with the right answer as well?
He came in earlier though, dude. I'm sorry.
Tom, you gotta stop coming so late. You gotta come first.
Yeah, you gotta start being selfish, dude.
Be selfish.
Be selfish. Come first for once.
To hell with your partner. Just come first.
For anyone who didn't know, guys, that was Arkham Origins.
That was Origins, the one that no one liked.
the one that no one cared about.
Yeah, because I fucking hated it.
Never finished that one because I thought it was shite.
Was shite.
Yeah, it was kind of like I would enjoy Night before I'd enjoy Origin, which is
Yeah.
probably a weird opinion to have,
Aye.
but yeah.
Yeah.
The only time is acceptable is to come early is during skippable. Exactly. Team knows what the
We are
crack is.
trendsetters.
We're setting the trends.
Where we come
Hate this game. They all hate the game. They all hate the game.
And so death
There.
rode forth into the icy
I feel like this one means a little bit something to you, but we'll not get into that after we're done
I don't
answering.
care about these games.
Yeah, I know that was such a stupid. I know that was you just trying to wind me up when you said that. Do you play the most recent one? Top Down one?
I don't know. No, not that. No.
It was kind of
into
Dark
the icy
Souls.
vein.
So we have no right answers yet, and I thought we would have had a right. Oh, we got an answer in.
Give him a minute.
Both of you are wrong,
And so
guys.
death
But
rode
Ocean, you're
forth into
close.
the icy vein to find the keeper of secrets.
I could see how you would think it's that thing because
I thought people were kind of like,
Ocean coming in again.
I think they would have like cracked onto the thing if we always try and go for like maybe not the first one. In a s-
We do try and make it very specific.
yeah. It looks a wee bit like it could be a Destiny expansion.
It also looks like it could be Warcraft. Like it does
Yeah.
have like it done that thing where it went for
And so death
it
rode
went
forth
for
into
the
icy
aesthetic of
vein
Warcraft to
Yeah.
really get people involved in it.
secrets.
Oh shit! Rosie coming in with the second right answer on that,
Rosie flying in
swooping in to get
With-
those fucking free points.
with the second right answer.
we still got 1 point up for grabs here. Like,
Second.
well, I think that's the first time I played it. Like, so. Oh, Vulgari coming in here. Let's see if the answer is correct. And it was. She got the right answer. She
Damn.
scooped up the remaining.
It was Darksiders
point.
2, fools.
Dark Side.
You
Don't
fools.
call them fools. But yes, it is a game near and dear to your heart. If you want to show
Yeah, it's
the,
all good.
if you want to show the chat why they probably see. Maybe if we do you want to switch to the main cam again just so they can see the tattoo?
Not
and
that important. It's fine.
Fair enough. He has a
It's
tattoo
fine.
of it. It was his first tattoo, I believe.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Photo was Warcraft. Yeah, see, it looks so in the vein of Warcraft.
Where's the 10? Let's wait.
The 10-pointer week is the one you picked. Toward the end.
Fuck me if anyone doesn't get this.
What? Good to see you,
Boom,
man.
Two right answers so
even
far.
Even Tom could get this one. Come on, Tom.
We got two right answers here. Like,
Also, Roman is a cunt.
we got three right answers. Tom, sadly, your
We got
answer
3
was
right answers
not
and 1
correct.
wrong answer from Tom.
He was so close, though. He
Was
was
that-
so close.
Was that 3 right answers after the first play?
Yeah, after the first
Yeah.
play as well.
It was
so
it was GTA 4.
it was GTA 4. Ocean making motion and
Come
picking
and
up
see
those
my
points.
big American details. Oh, even Mikey was in with an answer for that.
Yeah.
Mikey, you were about 2 years too slow, unfortunately.
Mikey might need to refresh his. If he's only coming in now, he might need to refresh his screen, like we said, because that can be a hindrance.
Aye.
That can fuck us up a little bit. So if Mikey wants to refresh the screen just to make sure his answers are coming in time, because I feel like that was just a situation where
It was miles away.
he was coming with the right answer, but
Yeah.
so late that he just might be a little bit behind us. So
Tom, you were nearly there. You overestimated the title.
yeah, you were like one off actually getting points for once. Yeah, you've secured some points on the board today.
That's true.
If no one gets this one, I will choke. If no one gets one, I will choke on
we're
my.
shutting this down. Going home.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be the full title.
There's
Just the
one
obvious
they
part of the
fear.
title.
We have one answer right, two answers right.
Dovahkiin.
See, if anything,
Dragon
we should
Ball.
have lost the first spot.
Yeah, that's the risk you take, though. That's the risk you take. We got 2 right answers so far.
Oh my god, I expect.
How do we not have more than 2 right? Okay, we got a
yeah.
third answer in here.
Oh my god, Vulgari coming in with a third right answer
The
again.
third right answer again. Got to give it to Vulgari. She's got the right answer. She's bringing
It
home
was
the
Skyrim.
points. It was
the
Skyrim.
most obvious game ever made.
I did make a point of not putting the song in.
I mean, it was kind of in there. Like it was.
yeah,
about
but
to
it,
start.
but everyone's like, do, do, do,
I
do,
know, I mean,
do, do, do,
it
do,
literally
do,
said
do.
Dovahkiin in the trailer. Like,
I said I took the song. I didn't say I made left. I didn't
Yeah,
leave
yeah.
another clues.
how could you not get? Oh yeah, actually, you know what? Doing the intro cutscene with the Randy Savage,
The
Savage
Randy
dragon
Savage dragon was
would've
the
been-
best part.
That would have been a really good. It would have been a good.
It's like
call,
it wasn't technically the yeah. I mean,
This is like the intro.
it is the intro, but like if you had brought that in, I was like, I see a macho man. Yeah, yeah, macho man. Just thinking that it's like the skinned dragon and stuff. Even I
See,
knew
even Tara knew what that was.
the
see,
guy.
we're-
The guy's a giveaway. Yeah, the guy is. Really
I would
a
consider
giveaway.
this. This is the. I think this is the easiest one we've done,
Yeah, I was thinking you were done.
except for the hard one that I put in. Which is still
Bill?
hard.
Oh, it stinks.
I feel like this one should be easy as well. We got an
Someone's
answer.
still alive.
It is the right answer. We got one right answer so far.
Over there.
We got 2 answers in, and it's the right answer. Tom,
Tom's
love.
finally on the board.
Tom getting
On
another.
the board.
He's on the board
On the
before.
board.
He's got on. He's on the board already, but he's put on the board.
Oh right.
It's okay.
So we have Tom on the board again for 3 points as well. We still have like 1 spot left for a right answer. Let's see if it is the right answer. Sadly, Dean, you do not have the right answer, but Mikey
Mikey's
did
getting
came
that.
in with the right answer. So let me just get Mikey on the board now.
I mean,
Mikey on.
technically, his answer was a pun, but he clearly knew what the game was.
Yeah, he clearly done it.
It was Left 4 Dead. It was Left 4 Dead, the original.
Bonus points if you had said the very terrible porn parody.
Left 4
Head.
head to head.
Yeah, that for head to head.
I know. I thought Left 4 Dead was a bit creepy. Like,
What was the pun? Let me double check for you.
Left 4 Ted?
Left for Ted, yeah. Oh, that artifact. This is your bonus round, I believe.
Yeah, this is the 10 pointer.
This is the 10 pointer.
I have a funny feeling Billy might get this.
This is the one I don't think anyone did. Yeah, because you would.
Oh yeah. Okay, no one wins the first round. That's a bad.
It's the harder. We got an answer coming in.
Oh yeah, Mikey coming in.
Mikey coming in with the right answer,
Well done.
securing 5 points on the board. That was a beautiful 5-pointer right there. Oh no, a 10-pointer. Sorry.
Yeah.
Is this it's the bonus? Mikey shot right up the board. I mean, which one?
Which one? Yeah, there's 2 big dicks in this.
It's not gonna. Our acknowledgement of our penises will not.
You're not going to get any
points
sympathy-
that way.
Sympathy points from us.
The 10-pointer coming in. This is the last one. You know, Mikey came in there like swimwear. You
That
know,
was wild.
he has.
Oh
put-
shit, that's another pun as well.
What?
I triumphed, I saw, I conquered.
Oh wow!
Oh, we need to get it.
I would love to get Mikey in for a podcast. This is our third one. We'll give him 10 seconds after the cutscene to give us an
Okay.
answer though, because well, we got our answer.
Oh.
We got our answer.
Oh.
We've only had
Oh.
one right
Oh.
answer so far.
Oh,
Not that one,
close,
Dean.
but
I can see how you could see that. say
yeah,
that, though.
unfortunately not.
Unfortunately, not. The next 2 should be relatively easy.
Yeah, that was the 10-pointer. So, one more answer.
We got our answer.
Did it. We see like Tom like.
No, I didn't click off the answer.
you
sorry.
didn't.
Tom will come in with it.
Tom will text Mikey and be like, "What's the answer?"
What's that answer, big dog?
Right. More time's up on that one.
Yeah.
It was Lost Odyssey. the one of the better JRPGs on 360. Mikey was fucking right in there. That was the 10-pointer.
Yep.
Yeah. The
A bit more of obscure RPG when it
it
comes to
wasn't
RPGs.
obscure. It was a huge Square Enix RPG. Wasn't obscure
But when
at
people
all.
think Square Enix RPGs, they're thinking Final Fantasy and stuff. That's
Okay.
why I say
Well,
obscure.
if anyone still has the 360 hooked up,
Oh yeah.
crank out a fucking try and find a copy of Lost Odyssey somewhere
Lost
and give it a
Odyssey's
go.
good shit.
Fucking good shit. That's definitely the hardest one.
Yeah, that
The-
won't make
the
your
other
body hard.
two-
Like
The other
make your,
two are quite easy. Also, the lead character is called Kaim, and Mikey was like, I came, I saw, I conquered. Well done, son.
love it.
Much love.
Much love. Next one. I feel like people should get this, but I'll understand if they don't. I can't remember that being so visceral. That scream when I was doing the
the arse on this guy.
ocean has made some motion again.
Distress beacon is
Two
ready for
cheeks
launch.
just coming at you.
Will the Alliance get here?
Ocean just brought the noise there again. We got one right answer definitively so
Oh, did I?
far.
I didn't even see anyone answering you.
We got Ocean, we got Mikey. Ocean and Mikey getting the points right. Dean, I'm sorry to say, dude, that is not the right game. I could see
Yeah,
why you went
that-
for that game.
Yeah, you picked like a strangely.
oh, you're
harrowing
so
decision.
close, Gary, but I need a number from you on that one.
I mean, you only have 3 to pick from, so just pick a number.
Yeah, we're not. It's not the one that's not the number, and I don't want to say what it is because I don't want to give the answer away.
You have 3 numbers to pick from.
Barbie and the Nutcracker. See, Mr. Gore knows what the crack is.
You play it again.
Yeah, sorry, my
That was only
apologies.
Attempt number 1.
Was it? Shit. My apologies. I think my judgment and clickiness went drastically bad over the last 10 seconds. It was mad, man. You know what? I'll be very, very pleased to play these games again.
Yeah. Better versions of them, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. That's a lot of blues, though. We've given such a... She has a chunky arse.
Shepard!
Ashley had a really chunky
Distress
arse.
beacon is ready for launch.
Will the Alliance get here?
Couldn't be any more obvious. As
The
to
only
what
person
they
that had a
look like.
chunky arse in that game specifically was Miranda. She had a massive
She was like,
ass.
she was more cabs.
No, she... Dean got it.
It was Mass Effect 2.
It was Mass Effect 2. Man, Miranda had the biggest fucking arse in that game. It's like, oh, sorry, is this a cutscene of Miranda? You mean this is a cutscene from Miranda's arse?
Yeah, I think first she's got a pair of cheeks.
See,
To be
oh,
fair, everyone's wearing those like spacesuits, and they just make everyone look
she
like
was
this.
like,
Distress
but
beacon
she
is
had
ready
like
for
that more
launch.
fitted sort of like cat suit one.
Oh, yeah, that's
and
true.
then she was just a big
weird, like,
chunky arse.
weird leather catsuit.
Yeah.
Our hero in this story is Vincent
like this one should be
Brooks,
easy
age 32.
It's
He's
coming,
an
Mr. Gore. They've
earnest and
confirmed it.
Kind man.
Oh, do you mean like you're just
But
happy that was
one day,
confirmed? Or?
we begin to see him have terrifying
You got 2 right
nightmares.
answers
On
so
top
far.
of that,
2
a torrent
right
of sweet
answers.
seduction
I knew
swoops
well,
down
Gary would have
upon
got that
him.
one if I'm honest.
What a playboy.
It's
huh?
called the hentai game. Or sorry, the hentai game.
It's right back to the start again. So,
Our hero in this story is Vincent
so we got 2 right answers here,
Brooks,
guys. Both of
age
you are right.
32. He's an earnest and kind
Yeah, it's
Oh, we got the third right
But
answer in.
one
Oh
day,
shit.
we begin to
Who's
see
the
him
third one?
have
It was Dean. Dean
terrifying
came up with that right
nightmares.
It was
answer.
On top of
Catherine.
that, a
Catherine.
torrent of sweet
Rosie came up with the right
seduction
answer as well.
swoops
Just a
down
bit
upon him.
late, sadly, though.
Oh,
But
right,
Rosie,
four
we
right answers.
appreciate
What
the
a
lovely effort you
playboy,
made there.
huh?
Billy would get this right. Oh yeah, like honestly, part of me put it in there purely for Billy,
Just for him.
just for him. But he's sadly not with us today. Not that he's passed away or anything. I just
Yeah, he's not
probably-
dead, he's
He's not
not
dead.
dead.
He's probably doing things.
What
Push it to the second one, please. So yeah, that's skippable cutscene this week. Obviously, the runaway winner was Mr. Ocean again, which is
fucking what are the chances?
what are the chances? But in saying that, there, Dean came in second place, and Vulgari actually got really. No wait, sorry, Mikey got really close to him as well. So
Mike, is that Mikey in third?
Mikey in third for
Oh
this
my
week. Yeah,
God.
Mikey in third for this week.
Who's in? Where did Tom come?
Tom came in
Joint last.
joint last. So he made some good
So that's
efforts.
Mikey. You came third with your one. You swooped it out of there
Yeah.
with your 10-pointer. Coming in with your big 10-incher.
Your big 10-incher that came in there, so we loved it. So let me just I have to deconstruct some of things here. There we go. Done. Right. Let's get the music back on. Right before we go to our free for all, we were going to pose a question to the stream. So we're talking about maybe moving nights,
Yeah, you're.
but we kind of wanted to get like an opinion on this, guys.
I mean, I suppose it could come down to just not really having an effect on people either way, or people's nights will be different, I guess. But originally, when we were doing this, it was like, can we do it on a Friday?
Yeah.
And they were like, I've got stuff to do on Friday. It's like, that's fine, we'll do it on Saturday. But would people be more comfortable with Saturday nights or Friday nights? What we're trying to work out is like, for the people who are coming to the Saturday night or the people who are coming to the show at the minute on a Saturday night, would they still be able to make it if it was on a Friday? Because I know there's like quite a few people that we know that can't make it because it's literally on a Saturday and not on a Friday, or like
We're trying
any
to.
other
We'll probably
night?
throw it up on Twitter as well.
Yeah, we're just trying to get like kind of a
Gauge. We're just trying to gauge like
general idea.
We're trying to get a general idea. There's no real like solid motivation to it. I mean, like we're all still in lockdown and stuff, but
Yeah.
it's just one of those things where it's one of those ones where we originally wanted to do Friday night, but just our prior obligations got in the way.
Yeah.
But it's one of those ones where we just don't know if you are just comfortable with Saturday and want to keep it that way.
Yeah, we're trying to think of like the idea of like what happens when the lockdown eventually ends.
Yeah.
Our people's weekends are going to be, busy again.
Yeah.
Like, would you be more likely to do something on a Friday night or a Saturday night?
Yeah.
Chances are it's probably a Saturday night. But
Like
your
it's
Friday night.
once lockdowns went away, like do you want to just come home and just relax for the night? Are you that type of person that comes home after a long day of work and just relaxes on a Friday night and do all your like socialization on a Saturday night? Or are you the type of person that does it on the Friday night and do all your relaxing on a Saturday night? And then it was like obviously it's a little bit kind of like we're trying to think about this from the standpoint like we want to make sure we don't care what night we do, because like me and him can socialize on a Friday night if we want. Or a Saturday night. It really doesn't bother us too much, but obviously we're trying to think of what like people's habits are, and obviously want to make sure that we're trying to what that works as. I'd say lockdown over maybe Mondays.
Nah, fuck that.
I don't mind the Monday, but you're the ones like
I've too much like weekdays are just not good. Pretty much.
especially if we end up going like to 11 o'clock 12
Yeah,
o'clock,
I don't
it's a
want to
bit
be like,
harder.
have to like drag myself out of fucking bed. Yeah, Monday is also International Chest Day. Every Monday is International Chest Day, so it's not happening. At least like whether it be Friday or Saturday, they're both kind of like weekend days.
Yeah.
So I don't mind doing it on like a Friday or Saturday, but we just kind of wanted to see if are the people who are like watching it on a Saturday at the minute, are they only watching it on a Saturday because they have nothing better to do because it's on lockdown?
Yeah.
Or would you be watching it anyway?
Like that's what it comes down to. Obviously, we're trying. We don't mind trying to cater to people's like.
What if we just do one on Friday and one on Saturday?
We could, but that's 2 podcasts in a week. Like, don't mind me. I don't
What if we
mind.
will just do the same podcast on both a Friday and a Saturday?
we do it on Friday and just run the rerun on Saturday? It's
Yeah.
like, well, too bad. You're not going to be able to play skippable cutscene on Saturday. It was already played on Friday.
You should have been here yesterday. You would have done it.
Every day is good for me because I just don't go out anyway. Okay.
Well,
You know what we'll do? What we'll do is we'll throw it up onto a pole dance. A pole.
we're going to pole dance it.
I mean, like, we always could do it on the Sunday, but do it earlier on a Sunday. That's always another option, but it's one we really never explored. Like, we'd always start at 6 on a Sunday and do it, but that depends.
I don't know. I don't really like doing stuff on Sunday.
That's the thing. I know you don't.
Yeah. Does anyone really like doing anything on a Sunday though?
I keep my Sundays busy.
Sundays are I thought like Sundays are kind of like the relaxing day. I don't know.
Don't know. Well, for a poll, though, like, we just wanted to pose the question, like, it was one of those ones where...
The opportunity to come up to maybe switch to a Friday, which I think is what we originally wanted to do, but
Yeah.
you weren't free. But
we want to try and like be more in line with what you guys want, because
Yeah.
ultimately we do this to try and entertain people. Like, I mean, we want to try and fit the niche,
yeah,
or not the niche, but like the suitability of the people who watch as best we can.
yeah.
So yeah, But beyond that, though, that brings us to our free for all. We're just going to chat for a while.
Just gonna start gangbanging.
Well, this is where like tangents don't matter anymore. If we go off on tangents, it's fine.
What was our tangent count at by the time we got to?
I don't know. Mila was
the
good
end.
on it for a while, but
I
like
think it
even
was
I lost.
I think like 5,
I think we went over 5. I think we're closer to like 7.
7 tangents,
7
whole
tangents. 7 tangents. Because like we went into the last tangent about shoving a Mars bar.
Oh
stuff
yeah,
up our
Mars.
arses.
I don't think we can. I don't think we read that out enough for that to be considered a tangent, though.
We did get distracted though when we were trying to talk about video games and talking about literally anally inserting a Mars bar into our assholes.
It's pretty short. I want to overkill the tangent count.
Didn't want to overkill the tangent count. At first, I thought Cosmic Bacon was had a dangling earring.
Or like a sweet ass like 80s earring. It's just a pair of headphones.
See, when I was watching it on we have a big preview window. I thought the same thing for a second. I was like, it's like what the fucking why'd he go 80s rock?
I
with
don't
it?
have anything pierced.
No, I never do.
I had that Prince Albert taken out, and from then just I'm done.
Legit?
Yeah. No.
No, because I know your roommate at one point got one of them.
No, I did not. I do not have Prince Albert. He has also had that taken out. He was like, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Like it just hurt all the time. I was like,
Yeah, because he was.
because you got your dick pierced.
I remember when you lived in your first place with him and Kieran.
Yeah.
I remember him like talking. I was like, oh yeah, the mornings are just horrible. I'm
Yeah.
like,
It's like, why would
I
you
was
want to
like-
go through that? Why would you want to literally put yourself through that? Fuck that shit.
it's like fucking hell. It's like I get it. Some people might get like a lot of fun from the pain and stuff, but like it just sounds like an inconvenience. You know?
I think I could pull off a dangling earring, but I'll have to get my ear pierced first.
I've never had a piercing.
No.
Never had a piercing. Never dyed my hair.
Never had any tattoos.
Never had tattoos. Yeah.
You're like a 50-year-old Christian woman. Why would you have dyed your hair though? I'm not really surprised about that.
I feel like a lot of people are just surprised because like people with long hair at some point tend to dye their hair, especially in like the alternative subculture.
Fuck that. I might.
Like some people, like it's common for like
Never dye
lads
my
to
hair.
maybe like dye their hair black or some shit like
Right.
that.
Well,
You know?
if you don't have black hair, then you know it's your loss. So don't dye it black.
Yeah, I didn't have any issue with not having black hair.
That's it.
What if it came off during fucking like that's a hospital? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's a horrific.
Like if
hospital
it came
trip.
off you and then fell inside the woman, is that what the hospital trip would be, or just literally because you
Well,
had
not-
because you had a Prince Albert ripped off?
That could be one of the outcomes, but like the one where it gets ripped off is automatically a hospital trip. You need to get something sewed up technically there.
Yeah, that's true.
And then if it is like lost inside the woman and they can't get it out, it could be both.
Yeah, that's no good. That's just a situation that you just.
Why even invite that by getting your dick pierced?
Yeah. Like I wouldn't want to invite
No.
that horrible set of
If only
circumstances.
Kurt was here, he would know.
This ring, I was like, Kurt.
Kurt, why'd you get your dick pierced? Leave me alone, you fuck.
Like fair play. I mean, I think it'd take a lot of courage to go get my dick pierced, like as well. I don't know if I just want to put that, like.
If anything, I think it would just be more awkward than anything else.
Man, I just don't want a sharp utensil near that thing.
That's true. That's literally the last thing you want. Like,
I've had like my penis played by professionals by before, but like it wasn't something I'd want to do again. Like
it's true.
when I went in for surgery, I had to put a catheter in. That was a weird feeling.
Ooh, but that was nice.
Weirdest.
See, as long as
feeling,
it's like a hot nurse doing it, then that's the start of a porno.
it was like it was really awkward because it was quite a young nurse, and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you have to do this. This is probably really weird for both of us."
Why aren't you just like, just get me in, I'll do it.
It was when I had the appendicitis and I could barely move.
Cool. Yeah. I would have
So-
been like, don't worry yourself, don't bother yourself, love. I'll do it. And then you just
Yeah. It's the weirdest sensation in the world, though.
try having a tube shoved in your penis.
You don't feel it, but like you're constantly pissing.
You know what? See, based on how terrible my bladder has been over the last couple of months, I think I could just do with doing that every night.
So I was talking to someone who their mate was like trained to be a doctor, and he actually did just like stick during studying. He just inserted a catheter just to make it easier for him studying.
Sweet.
But after a while, like, it came back to bite him. The ever see your muscle memory did not piss? Kind of like
So he just started pissing.
he accidentally became incontinent for like a month.
Oh, cool.
So,
That's-
but like obviously, your muscle memory will come back.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not irreversible, but it did happen.
But
And
every
it's
so
like,
often
why would you do that to
So
yourself?
does that mean like every so often you just be like, hold on?
No, you don't even.
Oh yeah, I'm pissing. Yeah, yeah.
No,
I'm
you,
pissing.
you don't think it will go on. Like I could be talking to you and piss is just flowing out, but
Right.
you don't notice it because it completely.
You don't even know.
You don't even know because literally what happens is that it legitimately just it's like an open flow at that
Oh,
point.
shit.
Like there's no like muscle control. Like they completely remove that.
Is that why he's called Mr. Gore? Because he tore open his penis?
I did not know that.
Is that where the
sounds?
is that where the gore from Mr. Gore comes from?
Oh,
From a penis tear.
Oh, Mr. Gore, that made me. Oh, I feel so sorry for you.
Oh shit, we have to raid someone.
Not now. Like when we go to end the stream, we have to rate them. Like we're not. We don't choose when the stream. They don't choose when the stream ends. It's just like a.
We choose when the stream ends. What is the frenulum?
I think it's the string. Yeah, it's horrifying.
Ooh. Yeah, that poor woman. What the fuck were you doing to her? It's like,
Yeah. Like apparently it can just happen. Apparently it's more common than not.
right, okay. Just get it. I know, Viagra.
Yeah, my whole crotch hurts right now as well.
Yeah.
Like I've got like a. I ain't not there, but like you ever see like the weak thighs?
The
where
way
it's
I'm sitting, my crotch has gone numb. But
Oh,
that's
okay.
just because it's the way I'm doing. What I'm moving.
Is the chair legitimately up the highest it can go? It doesn't look like it.
Oh, it does. Well, it went up a little bit. I'm a bit taller now.
Because I think what's happening is you're bending. I need to get an chair for you. I've been doing this thing where I've been just stretch my leg. 'Cause this leg here gets really quite bad because like this chair is just a bit too low nowadays. My knees went funny there. I don't know how y'all walk around with those.
How we walk around with penises? It's quite hard if you have a massive dick. It's like,
Yeah, it's always in the way. No, that's what underwear's for. Underwear keeps it in.
that's true.
Whoop. Oh, kicking everything now. Tissue there is still scarred from when it happened, but oh Jesus, Mr. Gore, that's horrifying.
That is definitely why it's called Mr. Gore. Like,
Yeah, that's definitely why.
this horrific penis injury.
It's just terrifying. Like just the thought of that. It's fucking awful.
That's bad. That's bad.
What an awful set of circumstances. Like my heart bleeds for you. Like
I mean,
like
it's at least one of those things that it eventually became like a funny story.
I feel like any injury that you
Like
live
a s-
from does
Like
become
a
that
like
though.
a sex injury is normally like a fairly funny story.
I feel like any injury that you live from and it doesn't like irreparably like change your life is one of those.
Oh dear God,
What?
that's possibly the most upsetting sentence I've ever read in my life.
Did
the dick skin roll down your shaft like a
that is a
bicep?
fucking question I don't want to answer to. About to commit toaster bath.
Ooh.
Mila's about to commit toaster bath.
I mean, I think vaginas are scarier than penises.
I mean, a lot more goes wrong with them.
Yeah, just like just your average amount of infections and stuff that you can get.
Infections.
I mean, it is essentially just like an open.
Yeah, it's just an. Yeah,
I mean, you could just.
it's like it's not a
You're just
very well.
inside a
it's-
person?
It's
Like-
like. Yeah, it's like one of the more troublesome areas on the human body. You know.
Yep. Which is why like lake and like bath sex and all is apparently just like a real myth. 'Cause
Yeah,
you're just
you-
pushing water.
Yeah,
inside.
you don't like any sort of watery like that, and the soap like Tara said that's
Yeah.
that.
It's not up. I know. I didn't think of it. You were just walking around with a giant open hole in you, but I mean,
No.
like with enough force. Like,
I mean, if not force, your anus could be the same way as well.
that's true. Or like your mouth. Or
Yeah,
whatever. But I know.
but it's one of those ones where
hard.
it's one. It is certainly one of those ones where I just got tagged in something.
What are you getting tagged in? Oh.
But yeah, it's one of those ones where like they just like lake sex is an issue. Hot tub sex is another one.
Yeah. Well.
Pool sex because of chlorine. Like
good, yeah. Good,
any time where you're like importing additional fluids that shouldn't be anywhere near the human vagina is already a big bad issue.
Nope.
Foods dangerous. I know a lot of people like to play with food during sex. That's dangerous.
Gotta put a little bit of.
As long as you keep it above the torso, you're usually fine. But those mad bastards just start putting whipped cream down there. It's like
You can put a little bit of whipped cream on the tip of your penis. It's fine.
tip of the penis is fine, but a vagina, it's kind of like you're going to invite some
Oh, yeah, that's
bad
true, yeah.
situations.
Well, I mean, like technically, like whipped cream is dairy based, and that's not good.
yeah, that's
You don't
what
want
I'm
that.
saying. Like,
Toaster sex. Yeah, you just like you get 2 toasters, and then you throw them away, and then you have sex in the boxes.
what?
Like you open the bottom of one of the box, and you put your penis through it,
Right?
and then the woman puts like the box over her ass, and then you just run at each other,
That sounds terrifying.
smashing boxes together.
That sounds awful.
I'm gonna smash the box out of you.
That sounds
Little dick in a box.
legitimately awful.
Little dick in a box action.
Yeah.
And that's how we do. That's what I do with my toaster box.
That's what you do with your toaster
I don't even have a
box.
toaster anymore.
Do you not?
Nope.
Get rid of it?
Just a box.
For fuck's sakes. Cemetery sex? I mean,
Ooh.
cemetery sex is fine,
I mean,
guess.
you're
I
not
mean,
like technically
the
you're not
location
gonna,
doesn't do anything.
yeah, you're not going to get any like specific like, oh, I've got this cemetery bacterial infection.
Yeah, it's
here.
not like you're inserting a dead man inside you. That's necrophilia, essentially.
That's true, but you don't necessarily have to be in a cemetery to do that. If anything,
Yeah.
a hospital
Mortuary,
or
yeah.
a morgue would be a better place to do that.
Who's had the most drink? That would be Mr. Bacon.
Yeah.
Wonder if anyone actually tried to that present dick in a. I mean, like, probably someone like with their like partner. They probably thought they were being
Yeah.
funny as a little joke or something.
I know,
a
like the
little
whole
comedy
like dick in a popcorn box thing is like a joke, but I don't think anyone's ever actually done that. Like,
I doubt it. I doubt it.
what if you're rolling and you both fall around in an open grave, but there's nothing in the
Hard.
open grave?
How
so
much are you rolling during sex?
You're just well, if you're doing it right, quite a lot.
no, rolling though.
Yeah, yeah. If two people roll into an open grave, then you're just fucking in a hole in the ground.
So wait, let me. I got more questions about this because
What's
like
up?
it's like rolling backwards and forward because that's fine.
Yeah.
I guess. But like, if you just kept rolling. Like,
Oh,
what
you
the fuck's, like.
It
after a
depends
while-
on where you are.
Yeah.
If you have enough open ground, roll away.
I mean, know what you should do then? Just like actively have sex at the top of a low slope
Yeah, like
Or-
a hill.
yeah,
Use the
a hill.
momentum to push
Yeah.
yourself further into her vagina.
and back out again and
yeah,
back in
and back
yeah.
out and back in.
Perpetual motion of the
Or
hill.
she can push something further into your anus, depending on what you're
Yeah,
doing.
yeah, okay.
Depends. If there's
So-
hills, you can just fuck right up and down a hill.
Yeah,
You push her up, she slides you down. You know,
yeah,
But
okay,
you're-
okay.
you're rolling.
Sex in a Rosie, what the fuck?
I don't like. That would have to be a really big coffin, though. You don't
Yeah,
have a
like
lot- you don't
coffins are
have a lot
designed
of-
for like one person, and like, it's pretty much like a
Yeah, you
like pretty much a low ceiling on
You
those.
don't have a
things.
lot of vertical movement in a coffin.
Yeah,
Just like.
sounds
mean-
like causing Valentine's Day.
Well, I mean, it's something I've just got in
It's like
the
low,
bank, you know.
it's one of those things where it's like it is like just percolated stage, percolating on it.
Yeah. Coffin sex is hot in theory, but it would be too cramped.
Yeah.
I guess you could have sex on a church, like on the roof,
I fucked on a church once.
or like on a priest.
On a church.
On
He's
a-
literally he's literally reiterated it on a
Oh,
church.
yeah, he said on a church twice.
Yeah,
Right,
he's
okay,
reiterated
so on a
that
church
twice.
roof.
Like, that's an interesting place to fuck. Why
Yeah.
a church roof?
That'd be
Maybe a
odd.
church staple, like in the
Like,
spire.
A priest was like, ah.
Oh god, wow, that's.
Wait, did you fuck the priest?
I didn't want to ask that question.
Like unintentionally? He just.
How do you unintentionally?
He
fuck
fell.
a
He
priest?
fell onto him.
Sex
the
in- I've had
priest,
sex
the
in the
priest
bush.
was out like, gardening, and
Mm.
Tom was like, "Whoa!" and he fell into the priest. And he was like, "Here, mate,
Jesus.
I don't want that. You're too old for me," because the priest was too busy fucking an altar boy.
Bush. You done a bush before? In a bush.
Sex in a bush? That just sounds horrifically painful.
Never fucked behind a bush or anything before?
He didn't say. He said in a bush. What
Yeah,
does
but
in
like
a bush
I
mean?
feel like in a bush is kind of like behind a bush. I feel like it's that sort of interchangeable dynamic.
Is that just like
Like a
outside?
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much park sex is
That's
probably
fine.
the
Oh
most
yeah,
effective
park
way.
sex, all good. Like
Yeah. That's holding up against a wall on a church. I mean, yeah, I guess against the wall on a church is that?
yeah. When you say on,
Yeah.
you
It sounds like you're physically
you
on top
reiterated
of.
that you were on the church. I would kind of. I put that as like on top of a church, like
Yeah.
like a low roof, and you ended up on a low church
Yeah.
roof. We'll get you on technicalities all day. So
Don't you technicality me?
you fucked near a church.
Like you fucked in the courtyard of a church?
Is that a question you're asking me? Or
No, I'm
what
thinking
you
maybe that's like, would that be the more apt description? Because like you're in the, like, I imagine like if you're against the wall, it's in the courtyard of a church.
suppose. What if you just fucked on a hearse in the middle of a funeral?
Fucked on a hearse in the middle. Whoa! Sorry, I just caught on to the tail end of that sentence a bit
It's
later.
like people are having to have a funeral, and you're like,
No, I said
can't stop.
your own funeral though, because I think you said in your funeral. In your funeral.
I said in
Wait,
a-
so your dead body's getting action?
Yeah, I mean, like you fucking, you got that going. You'd be fine.
Your own dead body just getting some hot action while it's being sent off for its last fucking rites or some shit.
Yeah, your last rites are just getting that puss.
Sex in a movie theater is more common than you think.
Oh yeah, we had to stop enough of that. Well, not. It was mostly just like hand stuff, I guess.
I think the first time I was exposed to sex when I wasn't having it was in a movie theater during Two Towers.
What did he do to you?
It was. I just legitimately said the first part time that wasn't me.
Yeah, but that's a cover. So you obviously got touched.
No. I literally sit beside someone and someone started finger blasting the fuck out of their missus right beside me during the Battle of Helm's Deep.
Oh my!
Like
Oh,
hardcore
oh.
did they find the Battle of Helm's Deep that you had to start finger blasting? You know, that's the part I never quite understood. Like I was like maybe like quite young at the time as well when I came out. No, where it was as well. Movie House, no, the one in Donegal Road.
Oh yeah, okay.
There,
That makes perfect sense. Like
Yeah.
me.
Like literally Battle of Helm's Deep. We're about 5 minutes into it. Next thing you know,
Like they had their own battle.
they
going
were
on.
battling some
She was-
helms and it was pretty deep.
He was getting into his own fucking, like we can't.
He was trying to breach the gates
He was-
himself, like for fuck's sake. Yeah,
Technically, he did if he was
Yeah.
fingering away. Like.
it was. Young PVG was quite like bewildered
Like,
by
I
the
don't know
situation.
What's going on?
Like it's like what? Yeah, because I was quite young. It's like what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, that's wild.
It's
I
like
need to bone up on. But you can't like. I think everyone's gonna try and go out and do movie theater sex now if you've never done it before. Because when was the last time anyone was in a fucking movie theater? Start of the year.
do you reckon it will end up being that situation where it's like we haven't fucked that in the movie theater in like years, but like oh my god,
Now that people can't, they'll want to.
it's kind of like that reverse psychology thing.
Yeah, it's like you don't want something until someone tells you can't have it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you're like, "Ah,
Bah.
ah."
It's fun for
Yeah.
me when I did it.
Car sex is fairly easy. Like,
Yeah,
well,
car
it's,
sex is
it's
pretty
easy
easy.
enough if you have a big enough car.
Yeah, I mean like no one's having a good time in a 206 like
No, Tara had a Jeep, so that was fine.
that works absolutely
That
fine.
was
There's
a-
like there's
there's,
tons of room in that.
There's so many cars that I can't even sit up in. Well, doing that, which is not fun. That would not be a fun place to. You just have back problems.
Yeah.
Do your
Could you,
spine in.
could you just imagine like I couldn't imagine you sitting comfortably in a 206 driving, never mind
Probably not.
having
No.
sex in it.
Yeah. Yeah, we tried to do it in an airport car park once before. I'm pretty sure that's like a felony.
Is it?
Yeah, because it's like, well, an airport's very like you can't really do anything in an airport. Like, they're very picky about what people do. Like, you pretty much you get on an airport and you get into an airport, you get in your car, you fuck off. Like, you don't sit about. They get very suspicious of people who sit about in cars and airports because like,
I assume it's when you went to America,
what's
so
this
like
motherfucker
you
doing?
just couldn't wait like an hour or two to get back to the house. You
No,
had
it was
to-
just second I was off the plane into the
let's
car.
fucking do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
In a Jeep. It's good
In a
stuff.
Jeep.
Yeah. But like, some of them are a bit, people kept. There was like someone kept. They have like airport cops and stuff,
Oh yeah, I can
and
see
they're
that
always
being
like
the
kind of.
case. Jesus.
It did not have hydraulics, no.
No. No.
We could do without it. We provided the hydraulics.
They were their homemade hydraulics.
We were the hydraulics.
Yeah, yeah. No worries. Yeah, you'll see me tomorrow. You'll see me tomorrow. Shri, I will be on for Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Ice cream vanilla.
Ass cream vanilla, yes. That actually works.
Yeah,
That actually works way
that's
too
what I've
well.
been calling it the whole time.
Right, okay. No worries, have a good one, dude. But yeah, no, like, learned a lot about everyone's sex lives today.
Yeah, I feel like we've all I feel we've
Well,
all
sure,
bonded.
today.
We've bonded as a group. Except Mr. Gore, we know he's a bit of a freak. Like,
He fucks hard and he fucks well. That's why he got injured.
he fucks so hard that he injures himself.
Yeah, he gives it the business plus ultra.
Ultra being a trip to the emergency
Yeah,
room.
yeah. He was he during that sex. He was trying to be very plus ultra.
Yeah. He went a bit too plus ultra.
Yeah,
And then he went plus urethra.
yeah. Oh Jesus.
Hey oh.
Oh, indeed. Just remember how
Touchstone. Dear Lord.
you have a whole life to be
You'd be alright.
embraced. It's probably the politest way I could put that. I didn't want to like. I always feel like when you're directing like a sexual comment, I always feel very uncomfortable about directing towards someone. Like,
You can't really come out and just be like, yeah, don't worry, but you're gonna get fucked.
yeah,
Like,
that's
a bit-
where I didn't want
you
to frame it.
can't-
That's
It'll either seem a wee bit creepy,
Yeah.
or that you're
a bit too eager for
yeah,
the
you're a bit too eager for
So
someone
it's
to
always
get fucked.
it's always like when I always like try to like encourage like positivity in that fashion. It's like, how do I do this with not sounding like an absolute raging pervert?
I would sound like a bit of a fucking creep. Like,
Yeah.
as long as they're close to the same age as you are, that's fine. Couple of
Within
years either way,
reason,
you'd be
like I guess, but I don't want to make a point of like trying to seduce the chat constantly.
Eh.
Doesn't seem like a
I
very.
mean, like, I'm pretty sure the chat's trying to seduce you constantly, so why not go back?
yeah, but I've made the informed decision that
Also, one chat is updating and one is not.
that will come in a little bit slower than this one.
No, this is all new shit.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what I can just do?
Our internet's broke.
It's really not. Our internet actually might be broke.
What a way to end the stream. Just disconnect it.
Not legit. Nothing's like clicking. I can click onto this here, but like this window here is like the Chrome window has very much died.
Oh yeah, your whole Windows froze.
Yeah, the whole of Chrome has died, but that's fine. You want to know why? We can switch over this here and try and read it.
That's
We can squint. Brian, if you want to help you out with that, thank you. Everyone gets a good dick in. It's some I mean yeah. Hopefully it's like the dick in they want though.
that's true.
Like I'm not for I'm not for people getting a dick and they don't want. Yeah, the Chrome window is just like kind of like being. Oh, look at that! Look how broke the Chrome window is.
Yeah, big bitch.
That Chrome window is fucked in the ass. Get you some Ryan. I believe in you. Just gotta go find where Weezer's playing next.
You what?
It's Brian from the band Weezer. The guitarist. I'm gonna say lead guitarist, but I don't know if he's lead or rhythm.
I believe.
John, do you think Kenny Omega would be down for Cemeteries? We've had this discussion.
No.
Gonna lie. Oh fuck! Here the fucking window decided to fucking like start working again. I don't know what happened to our Chrome window there. I just like how I went like we've been friends before, and you go like no.
I feel like he would probably be deeply unsettled by someone he doesn't know being like, "Come fuck me in the cemetery."
It's not that there. He's very committed to Kota Ibushi, his golden lover.
Also that, true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also the fact that he's in a committed, loving relationship. But other than that,
With a really beautiful Japanese man.
yeah, you can't really be like, "Come fuck me in this cemetery." I mean, that's how like sacrifices at the start of horror movies happen. It's like, "Come fuck me in this cemetery, man I've never met before, that I met in a bar or whatever," and then the next thing you know, you're being fucking.
You know what? I feel like some guys would probably be more inclined to do that if they met a random woman in a bar. Which
I mean, like, to be fair, if me and Tara were at a bar and she was like, "Do you want to go fuck in this cemetery?" I'll be in the cemetery before she's finished saying that sentence.
Yeah, but this is the thing. You know each other. Where I feel like some lads are so full horn would actually would kind of overlook the location just because they were getting a good fucking.
I mean, the cemetery's pro. It's all pro, no cons. Nobody in a cemetery at night, like,
True.
except people fucking.
Yeah.
Get away with that easy enough.
Yeah. Long hair, nice hands, skinny. That's all she wants. You feel like Kenny Omega would be like safe with sex? I mean, don't know. He could be stiff.
He has that, that strong style.
He's got that strong style on, yeah.
He'll just run at you, but he's erect. You
Sex in
have to-
Tokyo, doing with Kota Ibushi. That's probably what happened the most.
You have to angle yourself when he runs at you.
Yeah. V triggers you into non-existence. Sexual move is called a V trigger. V trigger got a whole new name now. Like
And you're in there. This is you.
it's actually was inspired by, funny enough, Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, I thought that.
Yeah, it's Kenny Omega's video games. Who we're getting here? Omega and Ibushi are called the Golden Lovers for a reason.
Because they piss on each other?
He's the Golden Star, like Kota Ibushi,
Right.
and
Is urine related?
no,
Definitely is, like,
I don't think so.
urine.
Could be wrong though, of course.
I think there's pee involved.
The one dicked angel.
Yeah, I think there's pee involved.
Although he's went back to being like the cleaner.
You see, he's cleaning up the pee. He's the
It's
cleaner.
funny because like his entrance has these like two women who like randomly dance with like broom poles,
They're brushing up the piss.
and then it's like da 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 da, and then his normal song kicks in, and it's really fucking weird because like arch the fucking broom poles, and then he's like wearing like a super mega like high end suit, kind of looking like a villain from like an 80s action movie.
Right.
It's kind of cool
Not
actually.
bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah. You want his one-winged angel though? Just euphemisms right there.
That sounds happening.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel unsettled now.
You feel unsettled by that?
A little bit.
Why? Because like I mean that's the name for Sephiroth.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm kind of just getting Final Fantasy vibes out of that. Like,
It's like just something he's like having sex. Sephiroth.
and there's like Satan there or whatever, because Ifrit is always there for whatever
Yeah,
reason.
that's true.
He's a bitch.
I just realized I was loud again. Gonna get an complaint.
Uh, noise complaint.
Yeah, always do.
We're too noisy.
Too noisy. But yeah. What a fucking lunatic fucking
I think.
conversation.
Yeah, I
we find
think
ourselves in.
we've heard enough about how much people want to fuck each other, or fuck
Yeah.
in weird odd places like a hot dog in a cemetery or in an airplane.
What the fuck? Where did the hot dog
I
come
don't
from?
know. An underwater airplane or inside a park.
You
but
mean that weirder
up
than it
inside a
really
giant-
was?
woman? I don't know. Whatever.
You mean that way weirder than it actually was with
Oh,
the
sorry.
hot dog?
That's just what I was.
Like you're making me in the mood for a hot dog. Like I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I'd give you a hot dog. As soon as we're done, get a foot long.
Damn right, boy. You boy.
Right, that's
Should we wrap it up before we slap her up?
let's put the countdown on. Wrap up.
Wrap it up. Well, guys, we're gonna put up. Do you want to put up a poll for on Twitter what day we are? What day they want to see us on?
Sure, I'll do that later.
So obviously, guys, be checking our social media stuff. We've got Player vs. Player social media, Balloon Player. We've got our Twitter. We also are still encouraging people to go down and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We've already done so. We've got like
Please.
22 people have already subscribed.
For the love
need
of God, subscribe.
We need the 100. Reason why it's not a monetary purpose. We just want to be able to create a custom URL for the channel because YouTube's weird and have like weird like rudimentary things locked behind arbitrary like metrics.
Yeah.
So, guys, if you can, please go down and sub to the channel. Try and get that a little bit higher for us. If you have missed out on the podcast, we put the VODs on YouTube. They will be deleted off the Twitch channel. So if you've missed it, you will have to go over to YouTube to watch them if you've missed them.
Yeah.
They're very time limited. You're either
I mean,
here for the live show
Even if you
or
were
you're
here for the live show, you just go back and watch them anyway.
well,
So
no,
why
we
not?
deleted off the Twitch, so you have to
Oh
go to
yeah,
YouTube.
on the
Yeah,
YouTube.
that's what I'm saying. So you want to watch it live, you have to be here. But if you want to watch the VODs, it'll be on YouTube. What's saying? Don't need encouragement to go down.
Heyo.
Heyo.
Not going down on us. We go down on each other, and
Yeah.
that's it.
It's pretty aggressive.
It's great.
It's pretty great, yeah.
It's good stuff.
But yes, what do you got coming next week? What's your?
Fucking leave me alone. That's all I want. I just want to be left alone.
Just leave me the
Just
fuck
want
alone.
a week of doing nothing, but
It's not going to
it's
happen,
not
is
gonna
it?
happen. Like,
No.
no.
I'm back to work next week, which is sad.
Oh my god.
It's actually it's like really,
Yeah.
really rather not be working, like, but sure.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get a week off.
Yeah.
Everyone just
Yeah.
realizes how much they hate their jobs.
Yeah, I've really. I got so much leave to use. I've still got like probably 22 days to use between now and like March.
So you can't just take like 22 days in a row off now.
No, if I could do that, I don't think I would come back. I think I would.
Like,
I think I would make the executive decision
Gone.
just to go find a different job at that point.
cool.
So no, I think it's in the company's best interest. I don't do that.
Well,
But yes, guys, we're gonna have to love yous and leave yous, guys. Again, if you want to check out Cosmic Bacon, you can do so. We've got our social media right below here. So it's Mr. Cosmic Bacon is very much at Cosmic Bacon Art on the old Twitter. Myself is at Own PVG, and then we got the actual podcast at PVS Podcast. See, we got all this stuff for you, like insight and stuff. But guys, I'll be back tomorrow for finally some PlayStation 5 goodness. For finally, I mean, I've gonna be playing some Valhalla.
it's ice cream vanilla.
Ass Cream Vanilla. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing some Ass Cream Vanilla.
Yeah.
We're gonna see you before the podcast, or is it next time we see you at the podcast?
I don't know. I would like to I would like to see some PS5 stuff at some point, I suppose.
Yeah.
But it depends on
Depends on how busy you are. Like you're in the middle of developing
two
games.
games.
Two games.
Two
to minute.
games.
You do not have an easy schedule in the best of times. But yeah, guys, we're gonna love you and we're gonna have to leave you sadly, but we will. Well, we'll see us on the next podcast whenever people decide they want to see us going forward. But again, look for that poll on the Twitter, guys. But anyway,
What do I have to hit?
what do you
Otherwise
have
we'll
to
be here all
hit?
night.
What do you have to hit? Oh, you have to hit the one your fingers is over.
I'm thinking I have to hit the one I'm fingering.
Yes, the one your finger right
Okay, the
now
one
will
I'm just
do.
touching gently.
Yes, just touch it
just
very
tickling?
just tingle
tickling.
it. Just tingle it. Do you want to tingle it, or are you just gonna you just
Just
gonna
tickling it.
you just tickling
I'm
it?
just tickling
You
it.
just tickling it.
Oh shit!
Oh, you tickled it a bit harder.
Fuck,